And I am live. Hello, everybody.
I'm half live.
Sound. Oh my god.
You know what I just realized?
That you're off screen and no one can see you.
That I forgot my headset.
Fody. What a shocker. You forgot something before the stream.
Now I'm live and ready. Fody!
Hello, Evie. Hello, Fody. How are you all? Both, 2, 3. I assume Beth can hear us maybe.
How is everyone? Now I am ready. Good and ready to go.
Also, the green screen effect should look slightly more solid today. I spent 2 hours yesterday trying to figure out what the fuck is happening.
Thank you.
Beth is sleeping.
Oh, let's be quiet.
Quiet stream today.
Hi, Shrift.
Hello,
We're doing
Shrift.
an ASMR stream.
We're being quiet so that we don't wake up Beth.
Fucking ready for Isaac.
I'm on headphones. I don't care. Fine.
I didn't read anything about the update, but I'm very happy for you guys.
I saw that you posted the changelog, I think it is, or the patch updates, the notes for whatever added, and you said it was super long, but I didn't look at it. Bought the new Isaac DLC. Nice. Did you already get to play it?
So you guys are all prepared.
Did you already play it? Haven't played in a few days though. Nice. Fody was saying we should get it too. We could see if we can get it to work with chat integration.
The Isaac game? We never played that, I think.
Correct. But people have been suggesting that it could be fun. So think about it.
Also, Shrift, you're gonna be a VTuber, I think they call it. I think that's the right word, no? Where you found a VTuber model.
Streaming on Twitch accidentally for 45 minutes. Wait, I'm confused.
Well, I'm guessing Shrift found like a model to use for the streams, but accidentally was streaming. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I am confusion. We barely even started and I'm already confused.
Confusion.
Nice. Also, can you tell now that the background effect isn't supposed to be green? Isn't this amazing? It's slightly more solid now. I'm really proud of myself.
Well, now it swaps between gray and a bit lighter.
I'm gonna swap you between gray and a bit lighter.
We can pretend it's part of it.
I've been obsessed with Dead Cells. Watching Fody play Isaac makes me feel like trash. I didn't see anything wrong with the way you played Isaac, but I have to say, first of all, I'm not a huge fan of Binding of Isaac. But watching you play Dead Cells is hypnotic. Like she can back me up. I was just sitting here like spooning ice cream into my mouth, like usually, even if we're watching something, sometimes I take out my phone, do something, I talk to her. I was just sitting there like... Yeah, occasionally I gave her ice cream too, because I'm nice like that. But
I like how the Binding of Isaac game looks, but it's not really a game I would play myself. I think that's the thing.
Could be fun with a chat integration though, because people will most likely have the ability to completely mess it up. At least I think I can make that happen easily.
We could one day play it, but...
Which one is it? Afterbirth Plus? Resurrection? I'm confused with all of these names.
How many are there?
I remember when sequels had numbers. That was...
Holy shit,
nice.
they gave him $30. Damn.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's a complete bundle.
Afterbirth Plus. Also, stop doing that to your nails.
Yeah.
You require the base game.
Also, Shrift, even if someone saw, if it's just messing around, there shouldn't really be a problem with...
Yeah, don't worry about that. I once went live with a short test stream of like 2 minutes. I posted on Discord saying it's just a test, you don't need to, there's nothing interesting gonna happen.
That's exactly what
I put it in the
people
stream
do.
title, I put it in the go live notification. All of a sudden, instantaneously, like 6 people. Oh, what are you doing? I thought you were off today. I'm just testing something. Sorry, I need to see if it works on Twitch. We're gonna be off in a moment. We're not doing anything fun today.
How to get people. Just a test.
Don't worry about it. I feel like trash playing Dead Cells too. Which game do you enjoy playing where you feel like you're really good at? Because if you say you are trash at Dead Cells, I cannot even begin to fathom, to estimate how you would play when you think, yeah, I'm confident.
Like your movement in Dead Cells looks super smooth.
Yes. I would legitimately put this in a trailer for the game. Yeah.
Hendrik, how you doing?
Hendrik, how you doing? I hope work is going at least okay, possibly even great.
What he said, the family pictures turned out great. I love them.
You all look absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, they are amazing. She's adorable.
I was considering switching to normal for new DLC, but I was like, nah, spawn a pill, spawn an item, spawn a monster, resurrection is newest. Alright, before repent. Why can't you just give your game numbers if they are sequels?
Well, if you know the games, you know what the sequel is.
I take it back, they're not sequels, they're all downloadable content technically. They're all add-ons, so.
Okay, so it's one game with thingy.
None. Okay, let me rephrase the question, Evie. Is there a game you feel you are better at than playing Dead Souls? Dead Cells?
Dead Souls. We do have Dead
Basically, it's a Dark Souls game, but in 2D. Actually, it's,
your soul is dead.
If it was a 2D version of any Souls game, I think it would be Sekiro, because there's fast movement and stuff. That's how it was with the cable guy. He was like, show me your bitrate. I just went online. Sauce was like, your mic is open. It's normal.
Sometimes it happens.
Good to know that my model works on Twitch. Now I need to figure out how to stream the game I want to play and how to adjust the model to be on the stream. I have no idea how to do a VTube thing or VTuber. Actually downloaded a program on Steam the other day because it was free. I want to check it out. Learn something new, but
VTuber
I have not
program?
tried that yet myself. Yeah, VTube Studio.
I'm guessing it's kind of like an overlay.
Yeah, but you have to
Like
rig it
stick it on
to the
them.
person. And I don't even know if that would work with the both of us, because then what would the system rig it to, my face or your face? Or would it break and just freak out somewhere in the middle between us? We're gonna find out eventually.
I have no clue, or not.
So happy with how the family pictures came out? Good, because they're gorgeous.
Yes, they are great.
Work is actually good. Got 2 escalations taken care of before noon. Yeah, look at this man just destroying his work like a boss. Nice.
Sounds like you are ready for the weekend. I can't wait, 4 days off. Yes.
Step 1 of being a streamer is done, camera works, now do the fucking trial. Are you channeling your Eevee? We'll get there in a moment. Wait, there's a Binding of Isaac too?
Well, I don't think it's called to, because all I saw, maybe it's the plus one.
Didn't they announce that like ages ago? And then they just kept making new DLC because it still works?
Well, it works, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them.
Do you guys not have 4 days off, by the way? Like, Easter is an official holiday here, at least.
Yeah.
So we are off.
It is a full holiday. This is Isaac version 1.9. This is just getting more confusing for me. I don't know.
I think if you
really.
play it, you'll know what it is.
No. Have you seen me? No. Not really. I never think I'm that good because I consider good to be pro level and I don't put in the time for pro level.
Okay, which games are you medium at? Because I think that is like above good for us.
Allow me to rephrase a second time, or third time I think now. What are games you would consider yourself better at than Dead Cells?
Better than the average, because I think you said you were better than the average at Dead Cells.
No, stop putting Evie in a spot where it's hard for her to argue about her skills. Is there a game where you feel you're better at than when you play Dead Cells?
I think you're the one making it more...
No, I'm relating it directly to one game, not everyone else. Because I still haven't gotten around to do the sound. Fuck off, Ad.
That's a weekend thing.
Holy fuck, Twitch sent me a notification on time.
Yes, we're finally Twitch worthy.
Fuck yeah, Wednesday bitches, getting shit done.
Imagine. How are you doing, DK?
Yes. DK, I've said before, I'll say it again, if you want notifications on time, you might want to consider joining the Discord.
Yeah, but Twitch should just send them on time.
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen. So, just saying, there is an alternative.
It sometimes does, funnily enough. I always get our notification on time too.
Beautiful. I don't.
Like the only one.
Maybe Mega Man X. When Eevee, once you have some time in your calendar and you don't know what game to stream, I will humbly request that you stream Mega Man X one day, because I want to see you play a game where you go, yeah, I'm at least not trash at this. In your words, not mine.
You were already considering playing Mega Man, no?
Mega Man X. The last she played was Mega Man 5 after
To me, they're all the same.
destroying. Get the fuck out of this room.
I don't see a difference.
I wasn't
in Mega
joking,
Man
get
games.
out. This is now a solo stream. I'm gonna play the rest of Danganronpa myself. Get out. Fine, you may stay.
Go away, I'm quite sure I solved the mystery here.
Actually, mute all Discord notifications, as I do not want to be bothered by everything. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I understand.
I get really irritated when I get a ping. I know that feeling.
Especially at the beginning when I joined several Discords, I didn't
Ding,
turn anything
ding,
off.
ding.
And then in the
Yeah.
morning I had like 190 messages sometimes. I'm
She
like, what
slept
the
through
fuck?
it. I was laying there at night and I could hear her phone ding, ding, ding.
Like everything in every single channel. Ding, 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 ding. I'm like,
After
yep.
2 days, I told her, either you mute your fucking notifications or you sleep on the couch.
Oh, that was horrible.
Not great.
Do you two play Genshin Impact? No, I don't.
I
tried it.
have played about 2-ish hours of it, and I absolutely love the art style. I was also enamored with it with Breath of the Wild. But the gameplay to me, like I would rather play Breath of the Wild again than Genshin Impact. I see why people like it, but it's not for me.
Maybe Thursday, BOT? No clue. What's that? Binding of... No, that's not. Never mind. What's
I
BOT?
have no idea. I was gonna say Binding of Isaac, but it's BOT.
That's where I was going, but it didn't work.
It was Binding of Isaac.
It was. Okay,
Yes.
never mind.
Yes.
It could have
Mega Man
been a
X4.
Mega Man game, I don't know.
But I don't know how to quantify how good I am. No matter what I play, I'm gonna say a sec. I know that feeling, Evie.
That's why you got us, Evie. I tell you otherwise.
I was worried about that when I did my solo streams, and by the time I actually got around to play like GoldenEye, I decided I don't care anymore. It's always gonna be someone who's better than me, so there's plenty of people who are better than me, but I play for fun. Since I realized that I turned off notification setting for the servers that I own, so others don't have to experience what I did. Makes sense.
Yeah, in the end, I don't mind. I just have some channels on now for pings. Like, it doesn't bother me. I
basically
sleep through
everything.
it.
Yeah, I just check it occasionally manually. So.
Oh yeah, you have everything.
I'm also gonna say you suck no matter how good you are, Jack. Mwah. I'll take that with pride.
Saucy!
What place has the best beer and food? Fat guy is starving. Do you actually want to be able to use it so that people understand you, or do you want me to do what I normally do, which is to literally translate for comedic effect, even though you don't really get the joke that I do?
I'm just gonna go for the literal translation. Welke plek heeft het beste bier en het beste eten?
The problem is that Dutch is
Wow, you interrupted it.
Oh yeah, sorry, but
There's a second line.
Do it again, please.
Wow.
Do you know how often
This
you
is
talk through
my job.
cutscenes and through me and whatnot?
Yeah, it's my job to interrupt you, not the other way around. It's even in the gist. You can't stay clear. Blah, blah, blah. We're not even playing Danganronpa yet and I already fucked up. Okay. Welke plek heeft het beste bier en het beste eten? De dikke man heeft honger.
As I was trying to
Literal
say earlier,
translation.
before Tifa decided to be really fucking slow with speaking. Dutch grammatically is much closer to English. So what she just said is the literal translation, but it also makes sense. Like if you said that, they would understand what you mean, because that's the correct way of saying it. If I translate this directly to German in the way I usually do, you know, for my entertainment, and you think you're getting educated, it would be: Welcher Platz hat das beste Bier und Essen? Dicker Mann verhungert. But no one, like, people would probably guess what you're trying to say, but it wouldn't be the correct way of saying it, because German is different. So if you actually want to use it, here's the version you should use then.
I actually don't want to hear any German at all anymore.
Shut the fuck up, I'm trying to speak. I know this is your point, but... Wo gibt es das beste Bier und Essen? Dicker Mann verhungert. You wouldn't really ask for a place. You would just ask where, in general. Yeah. Dead Cells got a patch yesterday. Is Dead Cells the kind of game where when they patch it, they completely fuck the balance of the game? Because I hate it when that happens.
You know, I had a meeting today with our legal department, and it's been a while.
Oh my god.
But this was the first time in forever that I actually didn't understand a single fucking thing what they were telling me for the entire hour.
You didn't, or you did?
I did not. Like the German just went bloop over my head.
Spoilers, I don't understand law texts either. Like, it took me a good week reading and rereading the documents we needed to hand in back then to set up our company.
And Germany loves documents.
I just couldn't fucking understand shit.
Fody, save me.
Sauce, good choice.
Enjoy your water.
H2O. It's important to stay hydrated. Fody, save me. I don't want to go back to the Forgotten Sepulchre. An enemy there drops a blueprint. I can't avoid it.
I drank. How was the water saucing? I don't recall if you're a water person or not.
Remember, you have to drink water with that, Redeem.
In the end, it was a trick for Fody. Because he actually redeemed it and drank water.
Spoiler, the behind the scenes, behind the actual scenes. It worked out that way, but that was not my intention when I came up with it. I just thought, so many people have like these hydrate commands, and it's nice, why not? But let's just make it slightly different, so. I just went with that. And it just happened to be that Fody did it first, and then we told him, hey, maybe.
It's been 23 minutes.
I have some work to get done, and I bet that you still won't start by the time I get back. That depends on how long you take, but I was actually about to set it up.
That is true. Just so you know, usually we have like half an hour of just chatting before we actually start the game.
It depends on how active chat is.
Yeah, it depends. That's what I'm saying, usually. Like somewhere between starting and half an hour, we start the game.
Usually, yes.
Usually.
I think the longest we've done was close to an hour. Which is fine. But...
Yeah, but that's also when we had some technical difficulties. We spent like 50 minutes setting up some game.
And then you have people like Sauce Boss who stall for time, because apparently they really don't want to watch us play video games. So.
I was gonna tell you to have fun, but now I'm just gonna join you.
Wait, is X supposed to be the letter X as in xylophone? That's crazy. Yes, it is.
It takes a while to get the connection, huh?
I keep forgetting like who is all there when we explain the story. Sauce, are you actually shocked, or first time here? No, I know you've been here, but I don't know if you were ever here when we explained the background story.
I think we explained that a lot of times right now.
There's no way people can see what we're doing currently.
Maybe because there's no light.
Go get in position, otherwise how do I see whether the camera's working? Yeah. Or if it's just a freeze frame. Now it is working.
Is it working?
Yes. Beautifully.
Then I still feel them from yesterday.
I don't 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
And
13, 14,
imagine
15.
feeling your muscles like who knew I even had them. Like that's basically impossible.
No.
Actually, wait, I wasn't allowed to press those buttons anymore.
Because you keep pressing the wrong ones. Hello, Mega.
It's not the wrong one if it works.
You explained the story I was trolling. It worked. You won. I did get bamboozled. See,
Bean-boozled?
no. See, you press this, and then if you just want to turn off the cam, you press this one. See,
Why
because
that
when
one?
it does this, it just leaves, and it doesn't do a whole screen transition thing.
Sure, I'll press that one. I'll try to remember.
Mega,
how
thank
you
you for
doing?
the host. Happy Wednesday.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
May your work be tolerable, maybe even good.
May your work be awesome. With lots of fun meetings and all of that stuff.
I had a fun meeting this morning, but unfortunately I'm not allowed to talk about.
You were so looking forward to it yesterday. Didn't turn out the way you wanted to.
Oh, it did. It did. It
Wait.
did. Fun meetings, good one, Tifa.
Meetings can actually be fun. Like I sometimes have fun meetings.
Good on you. Send some our way.
Just not very often, but they do exist. It all depends on who you're having meetings with.
And about what?
About fun stuff. Making fun of others. Stuff that goes wrong in the company. We just a lot of stuff. Are there any spoilers in this intro that we should watch?
I don't know. Probably yes.
Besides the other one?
Probably yes, but we are not aware of them. Beaver is playing It Takes Two with Brie. Brie the cheese? Or is Brie a person?
Brie's not bad.
I could eat some Brie right now.
Could always eat Brie.
That's true.
With walnuts.
Can you believe that we started playing this
16th of February.
6 weeks ago?
Not bad.
Brie is his girlfriend. I figured.
Oh. Oh. Brie's an awesome name.
Yeah, but I think it's pronounced slightly different generally.
Probably.
Because when you say it, all I hear is cheese. So,
That's all I hear as well.
we have learned that Monokuma has to be controlled by one of the 16 students that came in with us. The 15 we know, and the 16th, the Mukuro Ikosawa, the hidden student. We have gotten the ability to enter every room
Yeah,
that was
everything is
previously
unlocked.
locked. We have a handy list that I'm not going to check because I can just check the map. We have been to the server room yesterday, and then specifically in the Monokuma room, which is where the mastermind
Controls are.
actually is in, as we learned, but we can't go back because now it's locked for story reasons. And we have been to the Headmaster's room where we learned that Junko and Mukuro Ikusawa share at least 3 out of 5 vitals. They have the same height, they wear the same weight, and they have the same chest size.
Which still brings my theory to it is actually Junko's body that exploded. And Mukuro Ikusawa is the headmaster. Or not the headmaster, the mastermind.
So we have been to the Headmaster's room.
Yeah, we did everything on this floor. So now we move down
Gym or garden first?
to the garden, I guess. You're already there. Go check the body. Maybe we can confirm that it's actually Junko.
And the body is gone.
Oh.
Beautiful.
That ain't any. Maybe it's with the chickens.
Huh? It's gone. Mokuro's body, it's not here? Well, let me guess. The Monokuma flower, is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic and people?
It could very well be that it's been to the plant. Oh yeah, if we now have to solve the whole mystery on who the...
Yes, we have to solve all remaining mysteries of the school and figure out who the mastermind is.
Or we all get killed.
Or we all die.
Yeah. So I would get rid of that body too if I was the mastermind.
Yeah, but technically isn't that interfering? Oh well, whatever rules, right?
Like the bodies are removed at some point. Could have been after the trial already.
True. There's still just the 4 chickens left. Honestly, I'd be kind of terrified if there were more than that.
Why?
Because they're all female. Where would a 5th one come from?
Could have been anywhere.
Should indeed be after the trial, that would make sense. Maybe the body's inside the tool shed. I'd better check just to be sure.
Also, are those yellow apples hanging on the tree?
I don't think so.
Like, it definitely seemed like yellow apples.
As the main character was on trial for that body, it would be removed right after. That makes sense.
I would definitely say so.
But if it's not in here either, then it must be... I have no idea where. But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. That tarp.
Oh.
The tarp played a key role in another case, so I'd better look into it. Can we also please talk about this pickaxe?
I have a feeling we're not gonna learn the story of the pickaxe.
So they just leave unresolved mysteries in there?
It could be. I just don't see how they're gonna bring the pickaxe in. Unless it's gonna be part of like the end story on how this shit started.
Yes. It's not the answer I was looking for. It's that pickaxe. On the handle it says Crazy Diamond. It's the same thing that was written on the back of Mondo's coat. This pickaxe... Blalala. This pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. Strange. And I guess that's all. Alright, so top.
I guess it's gonna come out in the end.
The killer used the top to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet, which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp on one corner of the tarp. It says Biolab. Then it couldn't have been one of the students until one of us learned how to break into the biolab before the door got opened for us.
Wasn't it open?
Now it is, yes. But that retroactively solves that the only person... It could have either been only the mastermind, or assuming Kyoko would have used her master key on the biolab, her.
Well, it doesn't really have to be the case because the other tarp could have had the same thing, but we never checked it. It could have just been spread around the school.
I still have a theory.
It's not the only piece of tarp so far. And why would they have different tarps?
I still have a theory that the outcome of the murder trials doesn't matter for shit. Monokuma just wants to kill everyone. Then this originally came from the biolab? Nice. Tarp has been added. Let's leave the area.
That is only done to lead us to the biolab.
That's all I really needed to check here. But where could her body have gone? Better start looking for it. Weird.
Also, the body was probably still there because Byakuya even said that we should check out the body.
What did I just do?
You clicked out of the game. There you
go. But usually when I do that, I break something. Oh well.
Well, you didn't yet.
Good.
Nobody here.
Oh, Toko. So this is where you were. Wow, fully voiced line.
Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? But
No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you'd found a clue.
didn't Toko just... you know what, never mind. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything, not a single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have had to do something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back! Give me back my precious time!
This is usually me at work. Yeah.
That's everyone watching our streams.
I wonder how often Evie said we're exactly like that.
70 hours later.
71, almost. Please, stick to the facts.
Sorry.
Me losing an Isaac run at final boss.
Give me back my time. Precious.
One of the reasons why I'm not a really big fan of roguelikes. Calm down, Toko.
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing.
No, they won't, because Hero is still here.
That is true.
Nobody's gonna say that.
Toko hasn't been useful either, though. She's usually just quiet until she comes like, oh, but what about this?
As much as I dislike Toko, you can at least give her the credit that she hasn't killed anyone. While
because
in
she
general,
can't get away with it.
She probably could.
I don't think so. Because she would have to break her own principles for that.
Well, I like how different everyone feels. Yeah, that's a good point. Do you actually get to unlock anything in that game that you keep for later runs, like in Dead Cells? Or is it completely random all the time unless you play with the same seed? Please enlighten us. Yeah, you do keep things. Nice. Just characters or also items? Because maybe I just didn't see, but I don't think you can pick what you start with, do you? I'm not sure I can disagree with that.
I don't want that. I'm so sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, we tried.
Well, I don't think that there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going.
I'm just gonna go check the garden. Yeah.
Oh, I heard someone call me. Bye.
We haven't been to the garden yet. Let's go there.
So when you kill a boss with a character, unlocks an item to go in the pool. Some characters get permanent start items. Ooh,
that's handy.
That's nice.
Well, that should definitely help.
Permanent as in... Like, how does that work? Like stat increases or like new skills?
I'm guessing it's like if you finish a game, it starts...
Like a new game plus kind of thing?
Yeah. No? I don't know enough about... I only know... Or I only seen the game when you guys played it. That's all I know.
Pretty much, right? Like I just beat Cathedral with Blue Baby, which unlocked the D6 for Isaac, and now he starts every run with it. Okay, so at least you get something for managing to finish a run. Lets you reroll an item into another item. That sounds really handy to have in a game with that much randomization.
I would just roll shit into shit.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. There we go.
So, about that.
I think... Are we really going into that? Just open the thing with the murder thing.
It's a bunch of wooden lockers in here. We found a clue in here, but it was just the mastermind's attempt to frame Kyoko.
We're not even gonna look at it again?
So we're seriously just gonna leave?
Wait, check the samurai thing. Maybe the body's in there.
Highly unlikely.
Well, try to leave. If there's still anything else, it's gonna say, oh, I'm not done here yet.
That target seems pretty far away. I was amazed to see what people can do with a bow and arrow.
Yes. Still didn't do those coins. Hey, we're 2 coins away from 69 again.
I'm pretty sure I checked this out before, but... Let's leave
If you can leave, we're good.
I have ruined my own runs by not taking the item and rerolling. It's risk reward. Fuck. Evie, what happened?
What's wrong?
What has happened?
This room was closed, no? Yes, it was.
Also, is it supposed to say raw or war? I was in that fucking dark level. Don't tell me you got super close to getting that blueprint you're after and then you didn't make it. Because that's what would happen to me.
I have a feeling that is what happened.
And then I would deinstall the game.
Also, I would go with raw.
Taking damage over time, so I was blitzing through the level to get the light blueprint in hand. Okay. Got to a portal, teleported across the level. I'm still hoping you somehow made it, but...
Well, it says fuck first, so I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe it was like, fuck, I made it. Unlikely, but there's still hope. Like 5 enemies teleported a huge distance and destroyed me while I was trying to heal.
I'm guessing you also have to redo that blueprint then.
Yeah, you have to go back to that level, get the blueprint again, finish the level, I think.
Okay. That does suck.
Yeah, like the items you get don't save unless you finish the level, right? Of course, yes.
What?
That sucks.
Also, Groundhog, hi!
Hello Groundhog, got distracted and haven't eaten today. Gonna lurk and make a matzo and egg salad sandwich. Enjoy.
That sounds tasty. Enjoy your sandwich.
I didn't see my shadow, so I'm here for an early spring. It's kind of like entrance music when you, like with a WWE, like when you enter the ring.
But those things are annoying. Then you think you have it and you're like, yes! And then, oh no.
Yeah.
Never mind.
At first you're like, yes, but then you're like, no.
They're like, no you don't.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, if you don't finish the level, you don't save the print. Seems like it would very much frustrate me too. Come on, especially if it's a bullshit thing like you teleport and then suddenly enemies spawn inside you.
Yeah, at the moment you think you're safe.
Do you remember how often that happened when I was playing Oracle of Bullshit? Like in that mining cart thing?
Oh, yeah.
When I hopped into the minecart in one room, I got through 3 rooms and then all of a sudden 2 enemies were standing and Link just goes, yeet!
Right into them.
Didn't I even die once?
I don't remember. I already forgot half of the game.
I literally shrieked. I would have done that too.
Understandable.
I scream fuck a lot on Isaac. Yeah, they both very much seem like games where I would do that. Yeah, I imagine my experience would be similar, if not worse, than Dark Souls.
I don't think you have the patience to play that game though.
Binding of Isaac?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be good at it. Any progress I would make would come incredibly slowly.
Isn't that the usual though?
No. You can play through this very quickly.
Yeah, but for us.
Yeah, well, that's true. I think Jack could play Isaac. Maybe I'm gonna check it out. And it's egg matza, so much egg. Enjoy.
Tasty.
I think you both could.
I do have the better skill out of both of us. I should say.
I'm gonna handle that situation after the stream. Anyway, what did I miss? You missed us doing nothing but talking to Toko and learning that there's nothing in the...
Yeah, the body is gone.
Gym. Is it gym? That place with sakura trees.
Basically the only thing that happened is the body is gone.
The slow head turn. Yeah, she was giving me enough head trauma from the bullshit she just spewed, so...
Just saying, I think I could do a better job.
Dead cells, they'd get destroyed. Yes. Yes.
That probably yes.
Yes.
Especially since it's a game of dodging from what I watched and...
Or parrying, I believe.
I'm not really a dodge person. I go head first.
Dojo, that's the word. Thank you.
Offense only.
The only game I ever got good in at parrying was Metal Gear Rising.
I'm pretty good in parrying at Dark Souls.
You've done that in the first stream and after that you forgot how to. So no, we have watched you play, don't lie. There's video evidence that what you just stated was a
I did
falsehood.
several parries. More than you did. I'm just saying.
It's very Zelda-ish. Yeah.
Might one day check it out, but
Maybe one day. Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold.
the biolab froze over.
This is more like a freezer. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Biological weapons.
Got a specimen in there.
Specimen?
Spiceman.
Spasiba?
Spasiba? What's that?
I'm so bad at Binding of Isaac and I have like 50 hours in the game. How shameful. Evie, we can all be bad at games and still enjoy playing them and play them a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been at Danganronpa for close to 71 hours.
381 hours.
I'm
It's all about having fun though.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter if you're good at it or not. As long as you enjoy it, then you're a winner.
Yes. You're a winner, baby.
Oh look, there's a stack
Where
of
did that
tarp.
come from? Was that Big Mouth? I think one of the hormone monsters says that.
You're a winner.
baby.
Yeah, but
Yeah, the
doesn't it
old one.
originally come from, what's that movie?
I
With
don't
the mini...
But I
Maybe
want to
do-
be good. I think you are. I think the only person who has seen you play and disagrees with that statement is you.
Yeah. For sure.
There's a stack of tops here. I've been seeing a lot of those things lately. That's all we're doing? Really? We don't check?
I guess it was just a hint to bring us here.
It's so cold. Why is it so cold in here?
That's the paper.
It's the first thing I need to figure out. Oh, don't tell me they keep the corpses in the biolab.
Oh shit, check the freezers. Wait, how many thingies are there? Count them.
There are 6 that are not used.
Oh shit, open the one that has Junko in it.
There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side...
Oh come on, open them.
I don't want to open these.
That's the best way to find out if Junko is in there.
There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. I've seen something like this before. Ah, that's it! I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue?
So why would the outside be frozen?
Because the freezing system is not that well designed and it freezes the whole room instead of just...
Yeah,
the
I guess a
morgue
school
part.
usually wouldn't have a morgue. Have fun, Fody.
Fody, much success. Been waiting so long knowing you would get your answer to your question about the bodies. Yes.
It is the one thing I am pretty sure about. It can't be anything else.
Honestly, I thought incinerator.
Oh, I meant the body swap thing.
Oh, no, I thought that's how they get rid of them, because one of the first things we see in the game is an incinerator.
I thought so too, but on the other hand, if they would do that, it would really start to stink.
No, because you can close it.
So?
You...
Smoke needs to go somewhere.
It's an incinerator, it has an exhaust pipe. If it didn't, it wouldn't be an incinerator.
Fair enough.
Fire needs oxygen to work.
Yeah, but still, it has to go somewhere.
Let's not discuss the finer details of how to get rid of a corpse.
Okay, fine.
I should probably take a closer look around. No.
Discounted the empty ones. We have...
Oh yeah, 7.
Oh yeah.
4 plus 3 is 7, not 6. That's why my favorite letter is X and not numbers.
Can you interact with it again?
That's what I'm trying to do.
No, okay.
Yes, we've done this. The right-hand lights are off. So I guess I need to check these.
Didn't you already do that?
So is everyone who's died... And does that mean... Since Mukuro's body disappeared from the garden, could it be in here? I need to check, but I have no idea how to open this thing. Buttons? Press them?
Well, if it's like a password thing... But we
Look,
see
there's a
paper.
document. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here.
Instruction manual.
How
That's
to
handy.
mark. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver and the blue light will let you know the automated systems have been activated. I don't want to open these. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as Daisy for as long as you need.
Sounds legit.
In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel and we do offer an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. It's more like an advertisement at the end.
Yeah.
This is the instruction manual for the fridge.
I know you need to sell this stuff too, but...
Do you really need to sell it to someone who already bought it? Well, looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. It's some kind of makeshift morgue.
Also, can we read the next page to know how to open them?
And about those lights by each slot. It looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot lit up in blue.
How many
another
people
one
died?
of the victims is...
Does that do the number set up? We have Junko, Leon...
There's 5 of us, plus the mastermind.
Yeah, but I don't
There's
think...
6 of us. Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, us. No.
Hero.
Hiro, Byakuya, main character, Hina, Kyoko. Plus the mastermind is 6, but there are 7 unoccupied slots. Something is wrong.
Well, I don't think we should focus on the unoccupied. Could just be to make it even.
I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died. And that's defeat the mastermind. To do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option.
And to do that, you should open that thing.
Nope. We leave. We found out the secret. That's it. So, we have been here...
But why would you not check the 2 bodies after what we've learned?
I would do the same, but... Well, we haven't found the body.
Yeah, because we didn't open the thing. Like, the best way to know if the bodies were who they said they were is to get them out.
Also, wait. Didn't someone say there's a dormitory on the 2nd floor?
That was Kyoko, I believe. Maybe it's in some hidden area. Because she also said there were no cameras and stuff there. It was the staff area.
Yeah, but where is that?
I don't
That's
know.
the pool.
Somewhere hidden.
I just teleported here twice. Okay, now I understand why I get confused, because
Did we already go everywhere?
the first floor is the ground floor. Over here the counting system is different. You have ground floor, first floor, second floor. Here it's first floor, second floor, third floor. Which makes more sense, but I'm used to the other way around. So there has to be another dorm room. Somewhere.
But who says you need to check that there?
Oh yeah. It's the only thing we haven't checked yet.
Despair Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, then we're here.
Wait. I am confused as fuck.
There was nothing on the map anymore of areas we need to go. Maybe talk to Byakuya again. He told us to check the body. So now we can tell him the body is gone. We went to the headmaster's room. Just go talk
I am
to him
confused. Kyoko kept talking about there being additional dorms.
I'm guessing that's not important now.
Ah. Not what I meant to click. Hey, Byakuya.
Okay.
I don't have time to waste on you right now. If you absolutely must talk, go do it at someone else. God, he's so blunt, it just makes me feel hopeless.
Fine, then don't talk to us.
I'm
Check your
confused.
notes.
Truth bullets.
Places to check.
Headmaster's room.
Check.
Biolab.
Check.
Monokuma door.
Check.
Second floor of a dormitory area.
If it says second floor to the dormitory area, there's a staircase at the dormitory, I think.
Is there?
Well, there's that one. And one on the other side of the hall, no?
I guess it's this one.
Ha!
The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor for dorms.
Also, they
Which
said
means-
when we came back that there were no new areas.
They lied.
Or this was actually closed and it's now only open for the investigation.
I have to do it.
Off we go.
Okay, this doesn't look very inviting.
Not really. Looks like someone got squished there.
This is the second floor for dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield. Like a bomb blew up here or something.
That is likely. Good thing it's old blood, so it's nothing scary.
Well, there's a total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms we can check out, so guess we're gonna start here.
Might as well.
Let's go to the bathroom. I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Okay.
Well, there's notes everywhere. Check the bed.
Oh yeah, true. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore, it's just garbage.
I tend to disagree. I mean, it looks dirty, but other than that.
I have seen beds in worse shape.
Okay, nothing here.
Let's leave.
How did only this floor get so torn up?
This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Note to self, if you ever need to hide something from Makoto Naegi, hide it in the girls' rooms.
Yes.
Safe. It's never gonna find out. Ever.
The bathroom still looks perfect.
Yeah, and not a single thing to check out.
Nope.
So, let's leave.
Oh, what's that? Is that a giraffe? That's cute.
That looks adorable.
It's a giraffe in the closet. Yeah, that's pretty cute.
I agree. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us.
I think there's a door behind that.
It looks... No, I think that's just the locker and the door that has been torn apart.
Yeah, the grey behind it?
Yeah.
Oh, could be. It looks very clear though.
Well, class before ours must have used these lockers.
Can we please not check every
So
locker?
the other rooms don't have anything in them, and here, oh my god.
There are gonna be coins.
There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way.
Really? Now he wants to check inside? Hey, 269.
Nice. Can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying.
Just quickly click through them until something might be found.
I wonder if I can open this locker.
Rattle, rattle. Nope.
Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open these up. So does that mean... Well, let's just give it a try. Took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then...
Bzzzt.
I think the bathroom thing is also somewhat a Japanese thing, as they are very focused on honor. Honor and respect, I should say.
Yeah, but in an
I get that.
investigation where your life depends on it and stuff, like, no.
I get that, but if you tell me that I have to find the body of a dead person and uncover all the mysteries connected to this building I'm in, I can guarantee you I will go into every room, whether I'm supposed to by social construct or not. Yeah, but the girls can check it out. Yes, but the girls are Hina, who has proven rather useless in all of these investigations so far. Toko, who doesn't seem to be really doing too much other than worry about Byakuya. I guess Kyoko could, yes.
Also, I'm sorry, I would be the asshole. I would knock. If I don't get a response, I go in.
You could argue that Kyoko could go check it out. But then again, what if Kyoko is the mastermind? The whole point of us splitting up was that no one can trust anybody. So...
Yeah, well...
I was gonna say Kyoko. Under normal circumstances, I would be perfectly fine with that.
We're never gonna find out the state secrets hidden in the girls' bathroom.
No. But the whole point of the discussion we all had as a collective before we split up to do the investigation was, oh my god, I can't trust you. What if you are the mastermind? I need to do it by myself.
So I still think it's a mistake that we're not checking the morgue.
I agree. Also something I would never ever want to have to investigate myself, but again, in this situation, I would. No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Or maybe it's just us not being able.
Good thing we still have 10 tries for the other lockers.
Wonder if I can open this locker.
Rattle, rattle.
Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door.
How about you click through? Oh, we're gonna try everything that we click on.
I think we are.
I wonder why some of them have the plate on it though.
I see no issue in checking out a morgue. The deaf usually tell more than the living.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Like if we check Junko's body and Tingy's body, then we definitely know if they got swapped or not, because I still think I'm right.
Yes, assuming that everything has been going the way it was presented to us, there should be Junko and Mukuro Ikusawa in these lockers. Or in those things, yes.
No, I think it's just Junko in there.
Yeah, but I'm saying to confirm whether what we saw is what actually happened.
Wait, we should have checked how many lights were on. We can just tick off the dead people to see how many are in there.
We did that by counting reverse, we just counted the living.
Yeah, but that didn't make sense. We had 5 and there were 7 left.
Yes.
You know what, never mind.
Reminder that Makoto's a teenager. Yes, I agree. I get that. I wish Kyoko was the main character. Then I could not have to accept that you have a valid point, Grandma.
Going there.
I don't blame him for being mortified of entering the girls' bathroom and looking at dead bodies.
The looking at dead bodies, yes. The girls' bathroom, no.
Well, I guess we all draw boundaries somewhere.
Yeah, I suppose.
There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. There's no way to get it open. I wouldn't call this mounted, but yeah, that's not arguing.
It's stuck in it. Also seems kind of random.
It looks like this locker is already broken. No shit, Sherlock. I'm just gonna click through this, and if we accidentally miss a new line of text, then I'm sorry.
And then there's one that will actually open.
That is something I would actually do as a game designer, which is why I'm dumb enough to check all of them individually.
No, we did check the boys' bathroom, but we couldn't do anything there.
There wasn't anything in there. At least not when I pressed tab to see if there was anything.
And the boys' bathroom was spotless. Not a single speck of dust.
I've been to hotels with worse looking bathrooms.
That is true. So is that a door? Actually, no, I think you're right. That is a locker.
Let's go ask Hero for a prediction. I'm sure he'll have something useful to bring into the discussion. Probably yes.
Yeah.
I imagine it will have to do with ghosts.
And then he's gonna completely blow us away in this last trial.
Oh my god, I just now found the key to make this go faster. 71 hours in, learning the controls of a game. Nice.
Well, click faster.
No, I just need to hold this button.
Oh. No luck. Nope, nope, nope.
Amazing. 71-hour pro strats.
Yes.
Yeah. I know Evie is being sarcastic, but I don't care. I celebrate when I get the chance to. Glad to see you started. I'm proud of you too. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Suddenly,
we're gonna get this.
Hero is the mastermind after all. If it turns out that Hero is the mastermind, then I really want to learn the background of that story.
Sometimes I feel bad spending 71 hours on this game because this game definitely is a commitment. But on the other hand, I'm like, nah, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Fuck commitment.
I'm going to suffer and hate myself playing Celeste. Bye. Have fun playing Celeste, and thank you for hanging out.
Enjoy the suffering, have fun, and thanks for dropping by.
Yes.
Oh, I see alcohol in there.
This room looks really nice. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room.
Kyoko.
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret.
It's funny because the next game is even longer. Yes! Yes. Nice.
And then we finish it much faster.
Could be.
So I decided to check it out one more time.
Huh? A regret? Tell us about your regrets. Kyoko looks almost meek right now.
Is that a hidden door?
Yes. Or a closet that has sliding doors or something. But that is most certainly a hidden door.
Well, I don't think you can call
something.
it hidden, but... That's not.
You and I have watched about every episode of the Pokemon anime. How often do Jesse and James just walk up to Ash and friends,
yeah.
wearing glasses, not even changing their voices? Who are you? Where's my girlfriend? You're back.
Oh.
It's the dumbest thing. Then again, these shows are also made for kids, so I get it. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. Wow, okay, well.
Thought this was gonna lead into some kind of story.
Guess not.
So that's what I expect, alcohol in a teacher's lounge.
A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. Must have been the headmasters.
Looks like such a cheap chair compared to the rest of the room though.
This looks like a completely ordinary office work chair to me, but...
Like if I saw that, I wouldn't think, wow, that's the headmaster's chair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I actually think ours look higher class than that one. And these were $50. And they are still really good for
Nothing wrong with
price.
that chair. I'm just saying it's not a... Not where I would think, wow.
It doesn't scream to me like, oh look, this is not just a student's chair, but it's a headmaster's chair. Then again, we're both not experts on chairs. Maybe there's something about the design that just screams it at you, but not to me.
That could be.
Chair. As long as you are happy with your chair and it doesn't like give you a backache, then that's perfectly fine.
That is true.
We
Also, it's a
bought these
leather
on a
chair.
whim.
We can shame it.
Yeah, true. I will leather shame it because I'm a vegetarian. If your chair works for you, that's all that matters. Like, we got lucky that these 50% off rather cheap chairs compared to what they were before work so well for us.
And he complained 2 weeks until I piled them anyway.
Yes, because I didn't expect them to be this good for that price. If you check office chairs and if you check the prices, you will see that the price range is, let's say, dramatic. Especially chairs that are rated for continuous use and like offices and stuff, the prices can be tall. So I'm actually astonished that it was 60 bucks per chair. But these 60 bucks chairs are holding up so well and are this comfortable.
The only thing I would like is to get a new desk to go with it that's higher. Like, I can't sit lower, but then you complain that I'm too tiny.
I have told you I am happy to remodel this room to a degree.
Yeah, I guess at some point we have to a bit anyway.
I mean, the other staff rooms were garbage. That's a good point.
Yeah, that is true. This one does look super fancy.
Yes.
Alcohol is understandable. Imagine having to deal with here.
Yes.
Yes, that is very understandable, actually.
Yes.
I think you will need it.
While we do not suggest turning to alcohol to solve your problems, I do understand why every now and then you would feel like taking the edge off it. Chairs are way too damn expensive. Bought one for a player in one of my groups because he was using a wooden kitchen chair. It was like 90 bucks for a cheap one. Part of that was because he was in the UK, but still. I'm actually a big fan of like reviews for products that I know nothing about. And some of the best, like the top 3 chairs I found, like across different websites, varied, I believe, if I remember correctly, from 400 to 1400.
Some of those were ridiculous. Also, if you look for chairs, look for office chairs.
Yes.
Not gaming chairs, because gaming chairs, you'll notice that even though they're different brands, they're all the same design, but they are like 6 times more expensive.
A lot of them.
Because it's a gaming chair.
Yeah, you can get the same chair for, I think the cheapest one we found was 150 bucks.
Something like that, yeah.
Or you can pay 400 for it. And all that's different is a different color and slightly different upholstery. But
buy whatever you want and find comfortable, of course, but I'm just saying the gaming chairs are definitely more expensive than just an office chair.
yes, you can probably get it cheaper.
Because people are willing to pay more for the name.
And then again, if you're happy with your chair, it's all that matters. My desk chair is nice, but it's a hand-me-down, so I don't know any of its stats.
Yeah, as long as it's nice.
If it works for you, it's perfectly fine.
Like, a comfy chair is important.
Yes. The only thing I wish these had was more lumbar support. Like, I would need an additional pillow.
Get a small pillow.
Here.
I usually don't like those little pillows they give.
Now, if I sit like this, it works. It's just that usually, because of my bad posture, I like slink down, and then I need to like do what I just did to just posture check.
Again, an expensive office chair, best quality there is. I do not disagree that expensive ones can be nicer.
Yeah.
But you also need to be able to pay them. And that's the biggest part.
My line of thought is, I don't want to buy something where if it breaks, I cannot afford to replace it.
I think
cheap.
When we were looking for chairs, we were looking at like top chairs, and the most expensive one was 3,000 something, I believe, for a chair. A chair! That's
again,
like 4 months rent.
Full disclosure, we didn't like test sit it, so it might just be like sitting in a cloud.
Like sitting on God, I don't know.
It might be worth it for all we know, but I'm happy with these. They work for me. I feel it, Jack. One for a chair where every part can be individually replaced. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like with
that
these,
has good things.
they were 60 bucks. If these break, I'll just replace the whole chair. If I would go for something really expensive, I would want one that can be maintained properly. Like with a PC, I put more money in this thing, but if one part breaks, I can just replace it myself. So I guess it's all about cost and efficiency to me. Gaming tables are also absurdly priced. 2.5 grand for a halfway decent one. That's why I'm building my own. I can...
Yep.
Sorry for ranting on and on about furniture. I can 100% recommend that. We are sitting at a fully customized desk that in total cost us 200 bucks.
I think so, including the stand thingies and stuff.
We went to a hardware store, told them what like desk wood we want. We told them to cut it into an L shape. It's 2 pieces. I would like it if it was deeper. This one is comparatively short to like normal office desks.
Yeah, but that's also
works.
because our
It's also a very narrow room in here. But
big.
The L-shaped wood, the desk itself, cost 170. And then I just went to IKEA to buy adjustable height.
Isn't this a
legs.
countertop officially?
This is a countertop, yeah. You
like
would normally put this in your kitchen.
Countertop that they cut into a desk.
It's like 2 inches thick. It works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Holds everything. So all I did was buy this, couple of screws and stuff to like put the L shape together like this.
Yeah.
6.
It was definitely worth it.
6 height adjustable legs from the IKEA. I think they were like $15 each. I want to say 20. No, less.
Not even that much.
Not even.
In total, maybe.
$6. They were piss cheap. I was shocked how cheap they were. So just put them under there. And if I want to put this a bit higher, I could. I would just need to move everything.
Yeah, putting it higher would be a good idea. But
I would love a height adjustable desk, but it wouldn't work
one
in
of
this
those
room.
electric ones. That would be so cool.
Yeah,
I love
have that
those.
at work.
I'm gonna get one at work in our new building.
Can recommend. If you have a space for it, it's really nice.
Yeah.
My hardware cost is going to be around $250 to $300. Nice.
Yeah, that is definitely a good price.
Can definitely recommend. One of the smartest purchases I made. I can barely hear y'all on the TV of my mom talking way too loudly on the phone in the next room.
We'll speak louder.
Groundhog, can you... Actually, I just
While
realized
whispering.
that is the dumbest thing. We have a limiter to our sound.
Yeah, we're not gonna be louder anyway.
I can yell as much as I want. Audio quality is gonna get worse. You won't hear the difference. Technology.
Yeah, sometimes I worry about being too loud, but then I'm like, oh yeah, can't be anyway.
Thanks to Truggo Man for suggesting to put a limiter on that.
No, there was no limiter on our music. We had a limiter on our sound.
We didn't. I put that up on the same time because he suggested some other sound stuff and then I did that at the same time.
We already had a limiter before that, just not on everything.
No.
Yes, we did.
He hasn't been around in a while because he's really busy with work, but if you don't know him, check him out. He is a pretty cool guy.
Got all my furniture hand-me-down, my current projects, trying to use my iMac and the second monitor for my MacBook Pro. Not made much project.
Not made much project?
Progress. Yeah, I was reading 2 lines in one.
I didn't know iMacs have a video import. I mean, it makes sense because we're basically a screen with PC hardware in it, but I didn't know you could do that. Sounds pretty cool. It's her being loud, not you being quiet. Hello, Groundhog's mom.
Yeah, when my mom's on the phone, you can hear her in the entire house as well. That's just how it is.
Yes. You can hear her mom in the entire street sometimes. I love her, but she can be loud. I miss Truck. 4D, we all do.
I saw him online the other day, as in not streaming, but at least online.
Yeah, he dropped by in someone's stream. I forgot where it was. But yeah, he hung out for
I think.
Could be.
It's good to see him again, at least.
It's just the price of my mice. But then again, I've used it for 4 years now. Nice. It's still one of the best mice out there regarding both features and layout. Nice.
The ones we have now is definitely one of my favorite mouse we had so far.
I
Wasn't that
prefer the
expensive,
wireless
but-
version. It
I'm
was more
quite happy with this
expensive,
one.
but I love wireless mice.
I'm happy with the cable one.
You pay for quality, but it usually works out better when you shell out the extra cash for it. It depends on the product.
It really depends. Like, it's not always the case, but...
I've had cheap products that I preferred over more expensive ones, and I've had expensive ones where I would go, yeah, I'm gonna pay more again, because it was worth it to me.
There are things where I think it's always the case, like when with headsets and stuff, or ear thingies. Like, usually the cheap ones never really work that well.
Yeah, there's some stuff where I'm brand loyal to, like these earplugs. The only earphones I can use that work for me because of, I guess, the shape of my ear, are Apple earpods. Not
Yeah,
the
I
wireless
can't.
ones, I'm using one of those old standard 3.5mm
I
ones.
can't use any of those.
These are the only ones that fit in my ears
They
without
hurt.
being painful at some point.
It is pain.
He popped in mine for like 5 minutes. Ah, it was with replays.
Oh, that could also be.
Also, yes, please ask Fody about his Razer Wolverine gamepad.
Fody loves Razer.
My family is just loud overall. Youngest of 4 and the only one still living at home, but when everyone is home for holidays, it's very chaotic. I feel like
but I
that's
like that.
normal with family.
Not with yours.
Yeah, true.
There is no chaos in your family.
Yeah, true. It's not so much chaos as more as a lingering dread and passive aggressiveness.
Like my
That is the German
family
way.
is extremely chaotic as well. And I love it, to be honest. It's very lively, but you all each do your own thing, can be loud, but that's all fine to me. And we once made the mistake of having a Christmas dinner with both of our families, and that was the worst night of my life, basically. Because on one hand, you had my family being their loud, chaotic self, and then you had his super German family sitting in a corner, basically complaining about my family.
Basically, the unstoppable force versus the unmovable object.
Yeah. And we did this thing like gourmets. Basically, you have like these grill plates where you throw food on, and my family just throws everything on and then hands it out to everyone and goes like, yeah, eat, eat, eat. And then his family is sitting there complaining that they're not getting the food they want, that they're getting too much food, and they want to put this on. So then they tell them to do it, but then they don't want to do it because then they have to be a part of the chaos. Anyway, it was horrible. Let me not go too much about that night.
And now you might think, wow, you really put this on yourself, so why didn't you inform everyone what you were gonna do? And then people wouldn't have wrong expectations. We did. We did tell them.
It was absolutely horrible.
And it wasn't a surprise to them. Like, they knew what we were gonna do. So, yeah.
Not doing that ever again.
By the way, I went to just chatting because
Seriously, when did you do that?
about a minute ago, because
Oh well. Oh no, wait, the other one is the despair one.
we are apparently incredibly passionate about office furniture. Remember how we played Danganronpa earlier?
Oh yeah, true.
Mid-story because it's great. Left the story, could hear it 100 times. You probably will by some point, but
Yeah, you probably will for sure.
everyone in my family has ADHD, so it's a fun time. As long as you're all having fun, that's the most important part.
That is definitely the most important part.
Of course, it's very important during these times. Yes. Now more than ever, I feel.
That is true.
And now that I put us to just chatting, let me guess. Now we're gonna go back to the game.
Yeah. I don't have any furniture stories at the moment.
Had to work at a kitchen table with a crappy chair for 10 days. Worst days of my life, yes. Yes. I dread the day that I might be told I cannot work from home anymore and I have to go back to the chairs and the desks and especially the screens at work.
Oh, I definitely thought that was an improvement. But I'm gonna miss those extra hours. Like, I think I'm gonna be dead with our current streaming schedule and having to wake up at 5:30 and going to work and then going back to work, and then you want to start working out, so we also need to put that somewhere.
Yeah, we do that on the off days.
And then I get like 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, if we have to go back to commuting every day, back and forth, with how long it used to take, we'll be on a bit later. Because you have to factor in coming back home.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Work from home is the way for me.
That's the good sides and the bad sides.
It has no bad sides for me.
But if you don't have a good desk or a chair or something to work at, it is horrible.
Yes,
Like, then you just can't get into it.
definitely. That being said, the desk is home to a computer. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
Has this thing been running for a year, basically?
Probably yes. Good thing it seems to be on. So let's see if we're online. I'll accept going to work for 1 or 2 days a week, but no more. Would you keep streaming if you both went back? Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
But we would have to start later. Maybe like probably an hour later when we do, and then the streams would be shorter.
No. You just finish on time. No more over hours.
That doesn't work, and you know that. It doesn't work for both of us.
Why not?
Because as much as we both hate it sometimes, we are, as stupid as we sometimes seem, actually very duty-bound people, I think is the proper way to put it. And if you or I see things that need to be done, because otherwise people cannot do their jobs, we will stay in longer to see it through that they can get their work done.
Yeah, but I had my performance talk last week and he told me not to work so long anymore, so I'm gonna stick to my hours.
Yeah, people say the same to me, but then still that means occasionally I will work longer simply because my
priorities,
workload
streaming.
Yes, and there will be days where I get to go home earlier, which is fine. It all works out in the end, but I can't maintain a schedule not knowing when exactly I'll be home.
I'll just stream without you. We're gonna still figure it out.
Thank you for the love and appreciation you're showing me.
Yeah, you put work over streaming. Priorities, man.
But yeah, Enric, I totally get that.
Yeah.
If I had to factor in commuting back from where our office is. Yeah.
To be honest though, Enric, in your situation, I think personally for me it would be even worse because you also have a kid. You have lots of preparations for D&D to do. Like that's already like a full-time job. That's 2 full-time jobs. 3 if you count your actual job. Like that sounds even more difficult to keep an actual schedule.
Sounds like me pretty much working. Thank you very much for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, much appreciated. How
are
you
you doing, Halsey?
Ha, I said it first.
But I said the name.
That is true. I was still thinking about the pronunciation.
Sounds like me pretty much working 1 or 2 hours overtime on days where I start at 6 a.m. had a 9-hour workday. Yeah, my work can be very much on some days. Like usually I don't stop working when I'm done. I stop working when I should stop working. Because if I wanted to get everything done, I would work 36 hours at once. And I'm not going to do that, and that's not healthy. And I wouldn't even be allowed to do that. I do work longer on like Mondays and Thursdays because those are our days of stream, and if I can make that work with my life schedule, then I don't mind doing that. Like I don't sit there to just accumulate overtime. I do it because I have stuff to do.
Yeah, but at some point you have to say fuck it. I mean, we've all done hours where we did 14 hours a day. But there are times where you also just have to say enough.
You've done 14 while working in a hotel. The most I have done is an amount I cannot say because that would be breaching work laws in this country.
Anyway, at some point you just have to be able to say, hey, that's it.
Let me put it like this. There was a time where the company I worked for wasn't doing too well because there wasn't enough work. And we were all asked if we could go into like minus hours, like overtime, but in reverse. Like you work less and then eventually you make up the time when there's more work to do again. So I did that because it worked for me and I agreed to it. And I went to negative 70 hours. And by the end of the year, I was at plus 120.
I like the over-hour system you guys have at work though.
So I worked 13 months in 12 months.
Enric, I really hope you guys are gonna do more Arcane Kitchen. It was hilarious. I had a blast with it.
Arcane Kitchen was one of, if not the best cooking shows, cooking streams in particular I've ever seen. That's absolutely insane, sure. Jack. Enric, and I cannot in good faith recommend doing that to anyone. It took me 18 months to recover from that. Like I could feel it mentally and physically that I put too much strain on myself. That's why I stopped doing that. I talked to my boss. No one ever expected me to do this. But I told her, it's like, hey, I have done this. I can't maintain this. Like I feel it's not healthy. She was of course perfectly accepting because I shouldn't have done that to begin with. But yeah, now I'm doing it in a way that is a lot more manageable. Like I still have a lot of overtime, but it's because I could, and I don't feel like I did. So that's fine for me.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
For me, most of the time was that I did not have to do it, as someone else would then have to do it, but I knew they would not even put in half the work that I do, causing me to have to deal with it the next morning. Yes, and that is the absolute fucking worst. Like when you think, okay, shit, I have so much stuff to do, I could give some away, but then in the end, it's just gonna be a bother to me, and then I have to fix the shit that they do, so I'm just gonna do it all myself anyway.
That's why I'm so incredibly fucking thankful and happy that now I'm in a position where I have different responsibility. Like now I'm 95% responsible only for myself and the work I do. And while it is still stressful, you could still consider it stressful, it is not to me.
I don't even know what I'm responsible for anymore.
Yeah, but you do everything.
You working types are such messes.
Yes.
Yes, Evie, I would love to join you on that island.
Yes. Would if I could do.
I definitely would if I could. Like sometimes I keep saying I want to win the lottery, but I never buy lottery tickets. So then I'm like, fuck, I didn't win again, but also didn't buy a ticket.
Yeah, personally, DK, I know exactly what you mean. I've been a team leader I had been a team leader for 8 years? 8?
I'm not
7?
sure.
7 or 8. A lot of time. A long time.
You did it for a while.
Yeah. And being responsible for the actions of other people is something that I can deal with. I did okay, I guess, ultimately. I did good. Well, yeah. But if I can work in a position where I'm responsible for myself and my own performance and not have to think about what other people are doing when I'm not looking at them, I feel like a load has been taken off of my back.
That is much nicer. And don't get me wrong, I love to work as well. Like I wouldn't be able to sit a year at home, I think, but then if you don't have to worry about paying your bills and shit, you can just do work that you want to do, like voluntary work at shelters.
Stream all day.
Like I actually studied to be an animal caretaker, which is like a complete fucking turn of what I'm doing now.
Spoilers.
But it doesn't pay the rent.
Spoilers. Living with me means she's basically applying that knowledge every day. Aren't you happy I said it for you? You're welcome.
You're my monkey. Not buying tickets is the closest you're gonna realistically get to winning the lottery, true. I did once won $20.
How about every time you want to buy a lottery ticket, you instead buy cheap stocks?
Yeah, stocks would be better.
Because you lose the money either way.
I'm learning from Bacon.
Yeah, good.
I miss being busy. I need more structure
in my life. I'm bad at getting myself to do stuff without a set schedule. I know the feeling.
Yeah.
I fixed it by just doing it. Like, whenever you have a moment where you feel bad about not having a schedule for yourself, take a piece of paper or laptop, whatever you have around you, write a schedule, and then try to stick to it.
Yeah, keeping that routine is important because I didn't stick to a routine the moment we went into working at home, and I completely fucked up everything. Like, I now wake up like 15 minutes before my first meeting sometimes. And usually I would have been awake for like 2.5 hours already. This is gonna be so hard the moment we don't work at home anymore.
I'll do it right now. That's a good idea. You don't have to stick to the schedule you write down. If you find that it doesn't work for you, you can always change it.
That is true.
Or if you feel like it puts you in too much of a corset, like it like restricts you, you can just throw it out the window. You can change it. But if you feel like you could benefit from it, try it out. Trying to get my cat to come back so I can brush her. She's staring at me and slowly getting closer, but I think she wants to play first.
Play first, brush after.
Let me get the cat for you.
That was a horrible... There needs to be a... like a...
I hope it worked. simply cannot relax. I'm a workaholic and always need to be busy. Do me a favor though, when you do realize that you do need a break, take it.
Yep. You had something on your pants.
A helicopter flew close, you didn't get her. Helicopters win every time. In that case...
I think Enric's giving us a little hint.
Junge, diese jüngste Entwicklung in Danganronpa war verdammt wahnsinnig. In a moment.
Oh man, die laatste ontwikkelingen in Danganronpa waren echt absoluut...
Gek.
Yeah, gek was the wrong word, but it
I
works.
left in your hospital saying, got her! Yes! Cat has been achieved. Miss being able to manage the optimal placing of products, of quick usage and quality control of everything used. Nice. I love for just chatting. I have no idea what's happening in the game. Nobody does, Enric. Don't let anybody fool you trying to tell you, yes, we do understand. Everyone is confused. Some people are just playing along.
I just want to say though that I really do appreciate that. I know most of you don't even follow the story or have no fucking clue what's happening or miss some of the other streams, and you guys still stick with us. Like, thank you so much for that, by the way.
Thank you.
It was one of the worries I actually had playing a game like this.
Yes.
Because the moment you miss like a chapter or something, you're like completely out of it. And then you still have to sit through 70 hours.
Of me talking about office furniture.
Not that we make it better by interrupting the game as always, but...
I remember a couple
Thank you
times,
guys so much for sticking with us.
I remember a couple times bring up that there's one JRPG I want to play, but I was afraid it would take like 40 hours on stream, and I don't think anybody would still be here after that. I consider you guys and this community good friends, so it's honestly really enjoyable just hanging out.
We love you guys as well.
Thank
It's
you.
been a blast.
Yes, indeed. Also, I think you still haven't noticed that I went back to just chatting.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, good.
You didn't even change it, did you?
I did.
Oh.
Like, I got in 2 lines of the game and then we weird off again, which is fine. I don't mind doing it.
You could also use the bean overlay for the in-between. Because it looks pretty cool.
But the despair overlay is there for when people make us eat beans. I will not misuse it for other moments.
Fair enough. Okay, now you can start the game.
How many do we have left?
Restart. Not that much. 5.
5 beans before a complete refill. With new and potentially dramatically worse flavors.
Yeah, leave it closed.
Not looking forward to it.
Before you release things. Also, the PCs and stuff in this game are really good.
Why?
Because they run for forever.
And? That thing is connected to an outlet. It's supposed to be on.
But still.
It's probably office hardware. It's rated to be on continuously.
Yeah, the laptop looked better, but still. Oh.
There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the Headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it.
Google ultimate despair. Don't Google that unless you want spoilers for this game, probably. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair.
However,
There's not much though, nothing we don't already know.
in other words,
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. So it is Fenrir, probably?
I would imagine.
That group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago.
You'll get spoiled for the series if you Google that. Oh, okay, so that's like an overarching plot point for
It's
more
gonna
than just the first game?
continue in the other games, probably.
Okay. You can Danganronpa any day.
Any day.
Welcome, Ranger. I hope you and Baby are doing great and that Kelly is not too busy with work. I'm assuming she is already on her way or
No, didn't Kelly have some days off, or was it in the weekend?
No, I think Ranger posted something that he is taking care of baby all week because Kelly is off working.
Oh, I thought Kelly had like 3 free days coming up somewhere.
I hope so, but I remember it differently.
Regardless, I hope you all are doing well.
Yes.
How did you sleep?
Good morning, good afternoon, depending on when you woke up.
Okay, well, Fenrir so far makes the most kind of sense.
No days off for the next 6 days.
Nah. That sucks. But then you get some time with baby.
Then I hope at least she's gonna have fun.
Yeah. I think Kelly has a lot of fun at work.
As everybody should.
Yes.
Not everybody does, but everybody should.
You have a point there. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However,
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
That almost sounds like a terrorist organization, except they're not out there killing people straight away, they're just doing stuff to mess with them. Fun, work, do you do drugs?
I have honestly done fun work.
Evie, do you really want me to go into a 3 to 4 hour rant about how much fun I have had and getting paid for it because it was with work? I could, but then we'll never get through with investigation.
I had a lot of fun jobs.
Yeah.
Definitely can be fun. Also bacon.
Go for it. Okay, then 1 second. Hello, Bacon. I hope your Wednesday is going great too.
Are you seriously gonna go for it?
Work can be fun. Yes, I agree.
Work can definitely be fun.
I'm gonna try to condense it. I would not be doing what I'm doing if it hadn't been for work. As in, I wouldn't be here speaking to you right now. I started working in a field that I was incredibly bad in. I started as a call center agent because one of the things I hated the most was talking to people.
So what do you do then, of course? Customer service.
And so, of course, if I really hate something and I'm really bad at it, I get myself into a place where I cannot avoid that. Because, you know, I tackle the problem. So I did that for a while. I worked as a trainer for a while, learned that apparently I can teach people. Maybe not the best, but people did what I showed them, so I guess that worked. Then I was put in charge of people. I have done lots of things through my work because I got lucky and I scored a position that was... I wasn't the only one doing it, but I was in charge of a project that was unique in the sense that I didn't really have any sparring partners. Like I couldn't go to someone else in the company and go, hey, how do you solve this issue? Because I'm the only one with that issue. Like I had to learn to exist in an area of work without precedence. I had to come up with stuff myself. I had to learn how to deal with these things myself, within limits, of course. I have done so far through my work things that most of my colleagues never even imagined having to do in the same positions I've had. I have been a fucking panelist for some big name companies. I've been standing at expos, showing off stuff. And all of these things I wouldn't have been able to do if it wasn't for my work. And while was it stressful? Yes. Did I grow plenty of gray hairs sometimes, and did I lose plenty of sleep? Yes.
Sometimes.
But am I incredibly happy that I got to make these experiences? Yes. Because they partially made me who I am. And I wouldn't be speaking to a camera right now, and I wouldn't be speaking into a microphone if it wasn't that someone went, hey, yeah, we need you to go to this meeting for us, and it has to be all in English, so you speak English. Can you do it? Yeah, sure. Who do you need me to talk to? What do you need me to do? Yeah, can you maybe sit on the stage and talk to 1,000 people? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, there's this thing. Come into our office. And then I did. And I was shitting myself. I was scared shitless. But it worked. And I realized, hey, maybe it doesn't suck that much. So, yeah.
But yeah, I agree with Evie. Not convincing that it's fun, but more that you gain skills.
Okay, then let me put it like this. If I could just lay in a hammock all day, drinking cocktails, eating sandwiches, playing games and have the same rest of my life, I would totally do that. But what is fun is learning that I have these abilities and that I can apply these skills, most of which I didn't know I had before I did it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Also, I have to fully agree with Ranger though. Working on a place with animals is the absolute best. Also, did you happen to meet Kelly there? Because she grew up on an exotic ranch, if I remember correctly. I'm guessing that's the connection between you two.
Worked at a call center, it was awful. It can be. I can tell you from experience that not all places are the same. There are those that are that cliche, where people get whipped and being told to be faster and whatever. But there are places that are not like that, thankfully.
That is true, but call center can be very cliche and it's very about numbers and still sticking to...
It certainly isn't for everyone. It is easily mistaken as being a low entry, no qualifications job, but it doesn't have to be, depending on the company and the work we do.
A lot of people in call centers are looked down on, but if you, for example, would work in our call center, most people can't even do that.
Yeah.
The skills we expect of certain agents is higher than what you would think.
Yes.
And most of these people all have degrees. And I'm not talking about our call center, I'm talking about call centers in general. Most people just have it as an in-between thing.
Yeah. It's also a great place to meet people from all sorts of backgrounds.
Customer service ain't easy.
Yeah, that is true. Army occasionally had fun days. Like when we finished training in North Carolina, we got to have a party on a work day and got super hammered. We went snow trapped for 4 days from flying back, so we got 4 days to just fuck around. Nice. Glad you had fun.
Yeah, those random moments, I'm just gonna call it, are lots of fun.
Work should give you a sense of purpose. Yeah, that is nice. That's definitely a plus. Not as amazing as Jack. It's not really... Well, I'm happy if it seemed amazing, but it was a string of lucky coincidences. A lot of the time I was in the right place at the right time. Not as amazing as Jack, but I worked at McDonald's for almost 3 years and I can happily say that I had a lot of fun doing it. That is great. That is really great. Maybe because I was one of a few people who did not try to half-ass it, but I was appreciated and valued for what I did. Few times I had that at other places.
That is so
fucking important.
Also, colleagues and especially your boss have such a big influence on your workplace. I can't say a lot about our company. The company I work at is not bad, but we have some of the best colleagues I can wish for.
Yeah.
And I think that's also a reason why we all stay there so long. I think everyone makes the joke oh, I've been here 2 years, I'm gonna leave. And in the end, 10 years later, everyone is still there because we have a blast with each other.
I've been working under my current boss for 9 years now. And unless I have to, I will not leave. Because she enables me. I love it, M&M Cup. Thank you. I'm pretty sure the M&M Cup loves you too. No, having colleagues, especially higher ups, that enable you to do the things you want to do, to give you room to grow in, to show who you are and what you can do given the chance, that is worth more than money sometimes, in my experience. Customer service is not easy. Yes, 100%.
I think that's usually only said by people who have worked in customer service, from my experience.
I think
that's the worst part.
I think it is easy to underestimate how difficult it can be. Yeah. Fortunately, I've gotten very good at it, and that's truly why I'm so good at my job. It's a skill most people would benefit from, regardless of what they do most of the time. That's why my executive team asks for me by my name and when they have IT issues.
Yeah, but that's the kind of appreciation that's awesome.
Also, I would even go one step further and say it's not necessarily customer service skills, but dealing with people skill.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because
You definitely need that.
if you want to think that way, everyone can be a customer. Even just a person on the street. If you want to leave a good impression and whatnot.
He supposes it's good for you that you don't despair at your fate, but she doesn't want that for herself at all. I can fully imagine and I fully agree. Like, I wouldn't do, if I now had to pick, I probably wouldn't do what I do right now either. Like, I would go in a completely different direction. But I fully see how not everyone wants to do it and that you are capable of not having to work and stay on the island is, I'm super happy for you.
I envy you. Usually.
Envy.
I've tried to make that fun so many times, and every time people told me it made the ears
can't
bleed,
make it work.
Yeah.
In my head it worked, but
I think it would work better if you type it.
yeah.
Like if you write envy but with an I at the end and you capitalize the E, V and the I. Just lowercase n, but...
I think the best we can all ask for is to be happy with whatever you do.
Yeah. I'm content.
I wanted to stay in the army for 20 years, but my body fell apart after 4.5, so now I'm on the journey to find something new and hopefully not so physical.
And I hope you find it.
I hope you find that as well.
If you haven't found it already. Yes, exactly that, Ranger.
Yeah, it works in written form, but the moment you say it, it doesn't work anymore.
You would have to pronounce the N different.
Envy.
No, like you almost swallow the N.
Yeah,
I'm
doesn't really
envious.
work.
No, I can't get it done. That's a joke that would definitely work better in writing.
No, but work can be hard. Last week my boss asked a question in...
The sunglasses emote on the last one.
It looks like the heart in the background.
It does kind of, not really, but it works so little that it also works again on the shut up emote.
It makes me look like the fish with the eyes on the side. I even said that the other day.
So like yourself? If you were a fish.
What was that fish called?
Goat ball! Sorry.
Goat ball!
Yes.
Yes. Goat ball forever!
I've said it before, I said it again, Endrick, I had an absolute fucking blast.
It definitely was fun.
If I ever get the opportunity to Dungeons and Dragons with you again, I will take it. Yeah. Without a second thought. Not a moment of hesitation. I watched Dutch-German translation of Goat Ball 1 billion times so I can learn to say it correctly.
And Ranger's gonna say it in every single language.
Ziegenball! I'm so glad, that makes my heart happy.
No, you made us happy.
Yeah. I was thinking of words, but she beat me to it. People who envy Eevee are even weirder than people who like work. Why?
Yeah, I don't see it either. But I'm guessing it's some of those things like the grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You know where the grass is really green?
In Danganronpa?
In Danganronpa.
We've seen so much grass in game.
Let's try to continue.
All of the grass.
What's wrong with being weird, Eevee? It's a good point.
Good point.
I lost count how often I've been called weird by people. There was a time where that bothered me. Weirdo. Let's just say I've had my fill of despair. I think we all have. Different, maybe, but... Grass is greener when you have great abs.
I still feel my abs from yesterday. Sorry, my app. I only have one app.
The ab.
The app.
The ab. Ranger hitting us with the exercise to remind us that we should get up occasionally.
We definitely should. Technically, this is a perfect way to stretch it. We were like worried that we're gonna get to the trial too fast today.
No, we weren't. If we were, then you were, because I wasn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Ow, my stomach.
I'm so gonna regret this tomorrow. Fuck me. You laying there is not good motivation.
Where was I? 9.
Holy fuck, can't get up.
10. 11.
Imagine having more than one app.
12. 13.
God.
14.
Okay, one more.
15. Are you saying I've done 15 in the time you took to do 10?
Yeah, if I do them assisted, I can do another 10.
Let's go.
You want me to... See, because then you just go...
It looks like I successfully baited Tifa into doing more exercises.
Do I need to prove my point some more?
I made you burn calories, I think I win.
Unfortunately, peanut butter.
Weeds don't perish. We need to sit up counter at some point. It's honestly impressive. What's impressive?
I did like 6,969 sit-ups by now.
That's not true.
I'm quite sure it's true.
We do even amounts.
Yeah, maybe I cheated once.
That sounds like a Tifa thing to do. It always helps to move, not necessarily. Sitting for a long time messes me up. Yeah, occasionally I need to move as well.
I can sit all day. Literally.
Yeah, I can confirm that. So,
Back to it.
Do you want to Danganronpa? No. GG.
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. Kirigiri.
But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
I see. That's a good outlook to have.
I'm getting flashbacks to the Metal Gear Solid series.
Okay, so far the only group we have heard about is Fenrir.
The only group that has been brought up is Fenrir, yes. Now, that could just be something to flesh out the backstory for... What's her name again? Mukuro Ikusawa. Or it could actually be that Fenrir is the ultimate despair. Which would make sense, if you ask me, because, you know, terrorism, terrorizing people, despair...
Yeah, but so far it seems to
gels.
make sense that that is the group behind it. Also, can we talk about these plans?
Fake.
That could be actually. That looks suspicious.
Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake or construction defect or something?
Push it.
So,
Do you want to Danganronpa?
Thank you very much.
For that clip.
Technically, it's your quote.
True, I stole that from you earlier.
Exactly. There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out.
That can be taken out of context completely.
Also, are you only gonna tell me that she only noticed this now after checking the room?
I honestly think Kyoko just really fucking hates Makoto and she just holds back like 99% of the time to give
could
you
also be.
any semblance of usefulness. A breeze?
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall.
That would also kind of make sense with the layout of the rooms. Yeah. Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room?
I think I might know how to open it.
That reminds me, I really love escape room games.
I only did it once, like a digital one.
I've done like 3 and I really enjoy them.
Wasn't very good at it.
Same, but I enjoy them. It's like kind of like Danganronpa, except usually nobody dies. Zero escape. I have not played any of these games.
Give me some water.
And I think you even confirmed it once when I asked. The third one, the ending of a third one is considered to be ruining the franchise, kindly. No?
Thank you,
Kind
that's
of
enough.
like Mass Effect did back then. So I'm wondering if I do, or if we do, I guess at this point, play the... What have I called? I remember the first one is 999. I forgot the name of the franchise. Sorry. That was this empty bottle.
Just not satisfying.
Yeah, okay.
One day we're gonna get there.
I imagine you've played all of them. Yeah, like, does it make sense to just stop after the second one? Or are there too many unanswered questions that you really do need to play the third one?
I was planning on playing all of them.
And to be honest, if you're playing a game that's like, I'm assuming it's gonna be like 60, 70 hours per game for us. So when you're like 150 hours in and then you go, yeah, I'm consciously going to omit the last one because I'm afraid it will ruin the experience retroactively.
Nah, definitely watch.
The ending is very meh. Yeah, that's what I heard. I played 999 and enjoyed it, but I couldn't get into VLR. Maybe one day. But first,
Yep.
Danganronpa. Oh wait, wrong button. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. Sesame open!
I'm guessing it either rotates or it slides
Probably.
by just pressing it.
So far they don't even try anything. I saw
All
a
that.
program on that PC that I think controls it.
All that.
Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue what that password might be.
I know what the password is. Kyoko.
No, the numbers in the control room probably.
It's gonna be Kyoko. You wanna bet?
It's numbers.
All we
wait.
know is it's probably
you said
made
numbers.
up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there.
It was my line, but sure. There's no fucking way to translate that.
Du kannst mein Ronpa jeden Tag denken. In German you would flip it around because then the sentence structure makes more sense.
I think it would be the same thing. Jij kan mijn rompa elke dag danken. I have no fucking clue.
That sounds so not safe for work. You're right, that's not
It's better
nearly
than
enough to...
swavelcopters.
Swavelcopter? I went there.
You did.
You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
it's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this.
Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her there's more to it than that. It's a lolligator. Oh my god. Monty Mama is a genius for that. Because Jack made it funny. Thank you.
Jack never makes a funny.
Also, hello
Skinner, how are you
How are you
doing?
doing? Stickers are now reordered. What stickers?
For the controller? So you're gonna put stickers on it?
Frody, you have confused me. What stickers are you referring to?
Quite sure it's for the controller. And we click. I have a feeling the password is...
No for merch. Okay. Emote stickers.
Oh, I thought controller stickers.
Holofoils.
Ooh, that's gonna be awesome.
And standard vinyls? Vinyls?
I have no clue how you pronounce
Vinyls,
it.
no?
But whatever Jack's saying. That is awesome. Weren't you guys also gonna do like t-shirts and stuff?
Nice, nice, nice.
Like we're still looking at it as well, but taxes, yeah. Taxes suck. Yeah.
Still waiting on my printer guy. Nice. Vinyls. Thank you.
Oh, you were close.
Yeah, so vinyls.
That's what I said.
Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of.
Her password?
For example, what about your name? Who called it?
Huh?
You have to do it with the same gravitas that I do. I had to do a good 600.
Yeah, you had to do 600. This is like my first one, so I can go all, huh? It's normal. Just saying.
Still waiting on my printer guy, but he sent me a picture of the stickers and he said he couldn't print green. Okay.
You can print green.
But Callie saved the day. Callie is a genius, a hero.
Also, in
and
which emote do you have
boon
green?
To all of us.
Oh, the grace one.
Yeah.
Or the gaze one. That one has...
Grace.
Grace, yeah. Wait, I said it right first.
Yes, you did.
That one has green, yeah. I was gonna be productive, but trapped by a needy kitty.
That is the best, worst way to not be able to do things.
Even though I do hope she's feeling good though.
Yeah, you mentioned the other day that she wasn't feeling too well, apparently. I hope she's fine. Maybe she just really wants cuddles. Sometimes what happens with pets, after a while, they just like suddenly warm up to you or something. Even if you've had them for years. Man, I looked at the time 10 minutes ago, was like, holy fuck, how is it 8 already? I want my hour back, it's still light outside. That I do like about daylight saving time. But I would like the hour back too.
Not that we notice, because everything is shut, but...
I'll DM you a pic of what he sent me. Please do. I'm interested. It happens.
Sounds weird that you can't print green.
I know. It happens, she has a bad tummy. Well, I hope she's gonna get better.
Yes. That she gets all the pettings.
That is also very important, yes. Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. Afterwards, she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. That is very true. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want.
Ah, that feeling of, in the end, still mattering to him when you disagree with his personality with such a burning
Go
passion.
open this door.
Oh, okay. My god, it doesn't even just happen. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. Just fucking type it.
Thank you, Fody.
Type it. I already know that your guess is wrong.
Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer.
So dramatic.
Sorry. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in...
Beep. Grrrr.
Sounds more like an explosion. What? What did it... Kyoko, it worked!
She seems happy.
Yeah. She should tell her face.
Why?
This is like Evie when she's streaming. Why must you plebeians enjoy me so much? Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Yep, I relate. Do you also do the fist bump or like the fist motion to the sky? Why? Also, is
So
it?
it starts with an open thing and then you dramatically close your hand into a fist.
That's probably more like.
Because like, why?
No.
Exactly.
Kyoko. Let's go after her.
And oh, there's a gift.
Do you see the picture in the background?
Yeah, but there's a gift.
Work beckons, love y'all not as much as we love you.
Love you as well. Have an awesome day at work.
Yes.
For whichever time you still have remaining.
Yes.
Cheers.
And a beautiful celebration evening to you. Actually, you said at work people never understood what I meant.
Yeah, me neither.
In German, when you are done with work, you wish each other a schönen Feierabend. As in the time after you're working and you're off. It's
Now I get
Feierabend,
it.
which you can't really translate. So I just went with, of course, a literal translation, which would turn into beautiful celebration evening. Maybe I should print that on a t-shirt.
I think only you would get that one for sure.
That's fine. As long as I'm having fun. Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing.
The present. Open it.
A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy.
Do you also wrap and cover your presents with joy?
I wrap and cover myself with joy when I go to bed. That's what made it so unusual. Are we not going to talk about the picture of her and her dad?
Why? There's a box. Open it. Who cares about the picture if there's a present?
Nothing bad can happen when you open that.
Present first,
Shouldn't have gotten up so
picture
early.
later.
Presents, yay, more bombs. That's exactly what I was thinking. Easiest way to hide a bomb.
Like with the picture, we already see what it is, so now we have to look inside the box.
There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it.
Imagine
Yes.
opening the morgue instead.
Oh, okay.
Makoto.
Is she also gonna sacrifice us to open the gift?
Okay, so with Tifa, hide the bomb behind the picture. Do your line, then we can continue.
Be careful, Makoto.
Why, you think it's dangerous?
No, not dangerous, but surprising, probably.
Huh?
It would seem.
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Ed?
Junko's head.
I doubt it.
Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway,
Just don't scream or anything, okay?
What's in the box?
Open it.
Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream?
What could it be?
Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. Took a deep breath, then took hold of a lid. Slowly.
Bean boozled everywhere.
What's in the box, man? Probably bean boozled beans. That would make me shriek. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box.
God. Open it.
If Makoto doesn't become a poet or a songwriter after getting out of this alive,
What's in the
Wasted
fucking
talent.
box?
need to watch Seven again. That was a good movie.
Now I want to watch something again.
I stole a hesitant glance inside and... It's... Junko's head.
I don't think so.
Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry.
That's definitely not Junko.
Yes. It is the head. I'm guessing. Either it is the actual head of the person whose corpse we are looking for, or it's just a prop.
Could be the headmaster. That's a pretty big skull. That's
Yeah.
not a teenage skull.
That's a head wound.
I have a feeling that this would be the perfect gift for DK.
Skinner, you go buy that candle. I know exactly what you're referring to, and fuck no. Imagine the person being told, "Hey, can you make scented candles?" Yeah, sure. Gwyneth, what do you want it to smell like?
That's not the vagina candles, is it?
Yes.
Okay, I remember you telling me something
Yes.
about that. I guess to each their own.
To each their own, yes, but
Okay, so Skinner gets vagina candles and DK gets a bag of bones.
scented candles. There is no genitals in that candle. It's scented. This would be one of a few presents that would genuinely make me smile. Called it.
By the way, I actually looked it up. There is no law in the Netherlands that does not allow you to keep a dead or mummified body as long as it is obtained by legal means.
By doing that, you. Thank you. She had an eyelash. Man.
So
She
it's
is-
not impossible.
Why do you know this? Because Tiff actually looked it up after talking about this with DK a while ago.
There is actually a store in London that sells macabre curiosities. And I read about him a few years ago. He also sells like mummified bodies and stuff, and it is super interesting. But I'm not allowed to talk about those things.
Oh, can we continue now?
No, it is actually real. Like, you can get those things.
She is certifiably insane, can't change her mind. Ranger, is she insane or is she an incredibly smart businesswoman making loads, truckloads of money off of ideas that many people probably have had before but didn't have the means or the belief that it could work to achieve?
Gets her rich, eh? Sure thing. All the power to you.
Secret Santa spoilers. Thank you for that clip.
Now, I love like macabre stuff or weird details, weird fun text, fun facts, like things usually considered nasty or dirty by people. I think it's amazing. I just don't never have anyone to talk with it because then Jack is like, nah, stop talking, my stomach, gonna make me queasy, I'm eating here, and it's like super shit. And then I want to talk to it on stream, and then Evie is like, disgusting, shut up. And then other people are like, no, and now I'm banned from talking about that.
For something you're not talking about, you talk an awful lot about what you're not talking about.
But I'm not coming with the details.
Fucking hell, $800 for a complete human vertebrae. Honestly, surprises that cheap. I agree, $800 is not cheap, but for what it is, I would have also expected more.
Yeah. The guy in London a few years ago, apparently he sold like a mummified body for around 15,000.
I muted Tifa's microphone.
Yeah. I'm not going into the details, I'm just saying. I'm offering DK information.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, because that shit is gross. I'm with Evie.
I find it fascinating, to be honest.
Gross isn't the word I would use, but it is subject matter that I can perfectly do without. So...
I'm gonna make a stream on the side, a just chatting stream about all the nasty chat.
Spin-off.
Yeah, an X spin-off.
Tifa's corner of the macabre. Time to save
maybe
up.
one
I
day.
will decorate my home with bones. That sounds like it could be really metal. Tifa zit popping stream hype.
I love zit popping videos.
You just gave her an idea. She might actually go through with.
I find it such a shame.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Buffs in mouth. Hate those vids.
I love those vids. It's just very innocent, mild stuff, but it's still so it's really satisfying and relaxing to watch them. Yeah.
Tifa is Dr. Pimple Popper confirmed. No, but Tifa is probably one of the top 10 fans of all of these videos. Like every time someone shows her a video, she usually goes, "Oh no, I've seen that before."
Yeah, it seems to be a woman thing. Like my mom always hated it until I kept sending them to her, and then at some point she did start watching them, and now she loves them. Now we can watch them all day together.
Why do so many girls like this stuff? Cookie tries to show me and I run away. I have actually like almost thrown up from her just, you know, sometimes I like find cute pictures of like, I don't know, puppies, cats. And I go, "Hey, I found something, have a look at this." And then she comes to me, she's like, "Oh, look, look what." Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't cheap, DK. But I'm saying it is legal, but just make sure that if you plan on seriously buying something, that you have some sort of certificate where it comes from, because it can be illegal.
My favorite letter is legal business.
Yes.
I have a bad run right now, so this is too irrelevant. Groundhog, you're welcome. Look, you made Ranger unsub.
Too late. Can never get rid of us. Anyway, I'm not allowed to talk about the details, so you may go back to your bag of bones.
How about you just don't talk about it at all? Because just because you avoid the details doesn't mean you don't speak about it, as is evident by the last 10 minutes. You need a spin-off channel for that.
But I didn't start it. It was Danganronpa.
You enabled it. My favorite letter is macabre. Yes. It's getting better once you buy a full set, between 5 and 8K. Okay. Quick, serious
Struggling not to
macabre corner.
I want to talk to you about it, Groundhog, but I can't. Also, why are you not doing it? Just to have some inside information?
That being said, what was in the box?
Quixera Macabre Corner.
It was bones.
QMQ.
Human bones. BRB dying. Evie? Same. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. Actually, I'm not shocked at all. I expected worse. You sure, Ranger? If that's what it looks like, you might want to see a doctor.
I definitely think you need to.
Isn't it bad for your skin to pop them? I almost always end up doing it anyway. I do not know.
Don't know and don't care, to be honest.
Yeah, she doesn't give a fuck. I'm never sure. Ask someone who studied this kind of stuff for professional advice.
I'm quite sure if you would look it up on the internet, Ranger, this is not what you will see. Okay, so who do we think the skull belongs to? I would say Headmaster.
I'm saying it was either the corpse that was stripped of its everything but bones, let's say it like this, let's keep it short. Because it appears that this skull has also suffered head trauma, just like the corpse that was found.
Yeah, but our body was hit on the back of that. This is the side of that.
We do not know that. T5, I will not search dicks on the internet. Given how much of an asshole I am, it can be argued that right now you've been watching a dick on the camera for quite a while. Ponder that.
Well, we can definitely argue about that. Okay, I'm saying Headmaster as a gift for Kyoko.
I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I mean, where did her father go?
I did.
Just as I thought.
What?
Yes, continue.
Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there, human bones.
I'm missing the feeling. Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically, and she doesn't have feeling. That's why I can speak like this.
I'm sorry, I got up at 6 a.m. this morning.
Ha! I just had a feeling it would be his body.
But that's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box.
My father.
Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him.
How does she know?
That makes sense.
Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad?
Hi, Dad.
Wow.
Where else would the Headmaster be?
That was my first thought, actually.
Why would they put any of the other bodies in this box?
I was thinking it was the leftovers of a corpse. Guess we're gonna find out. The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
And recognize his teeth. Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer.
Okay, what?
Well, I guess the Headmaster
Okay.
was still in the stool.
Meeting her dad already? Isn't it a bit early in this relationship? Well,
I'm sorry. Hiccup.
better earlier than too late, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, Alter Ego said that the Headmaster was probably here in the school. But the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students.
I'm pretty sure, given that this is a school, I would also expect the headmaster to likely be in the school. Just going off of probability here, but anyway, how's your sex?
When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume.
In case you're wondering what that sound was, because I don't know if a microphone picked it up, Tifa put her glass this close next to the laptop standing there. And I moved it over to the side, where it is away from electronic devices.
Actually put it there because it fit nicely into the ring of this cable.
You're not making it better.
In other words,
That most likely, my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway.
As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it?
Also, where's the rest of his body?
Part of why I'm thinking this is fake, because a human has like 200 bones.
I guess it's to make a point.
Like, if you want to prove your point that you killed someone, why not just give him the skull? Or I also throw in assorted other bones, but
Cover effect. I'm gonna
Overthinking it.
stick with Headmaster. And let's reveal myself so that I could get into the school.
again, revealing yourself, a very odd choice of
The
words.
ultimate revealer.
I think that's against the laws. Would she really give up her pride just for that? Yes, Jack. Feel the anger, the murderous intent. Skin can regrow with time being the only cost. New electronics cost both time and money. Can I point out something you probably forgot about from much earlier in the game?
Something we forgot about.
Yes. Please do.
What did we forget about?
In the meantime, I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present. So are we not going to talk about this?
Well, now you can.
This picture.
Such a happy Kyoko.
It's all faded. Must be pretty old.
Looks pretty clear to me.
Wait, is this a picture of... Do you remember how the prologue began? Yes, it was Makoto monologuing about Hope's Peak Academy, how it is full of ultimate people, and how he was doing research online to see who
About all the
got
students
in.
that got accepted.
Which is why somehow he knew all the students before he got in here.
Kyoko
Except
wasn't on the
Kyoko.
list.
Yeah, correct. Which is weird.
Not all of them were on there though. And it's also weird because the school was closed. There was something
Yes.
else first. The letter we got?
There was a letter we got from the school telling us that we had been accepted to join them because we were a lucky draw, if I remember correctly.
Was it signed by someone? I don't remember at all.
I think it might have been, but I don't recall.
I think it actually started with the letter.
Yeah, it did.
Was there anything before that? No.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but upon being subject to your stereotyping, I was made to feel as an imposter, so I inquired with my cis women friends and confirmed that there exist several girls who do not in fact like your foul videos. I can back that up because I have brought up her weird obsession with them at work too. And behold, there were both men and women who did and did not like these kinds of videos. So I have to say, I believe it is not something you can just generalize. Some people just
probably
enjoy them and some don't. I don't think you can like match it to any other criteria.
If it helps, except for my mom now, I have no one around me who likes those videos, and especially no one around me who likes going into the more macabre shit. So yeah, it's definitely like a...
Maybe this will jog your memory. Rocket ship.
Rocket ship?
Oh, that weird intro with someone dying. Okay, now put your arm away so I can sit down. The very first thing we saw before the game even opened was that we saw Monokuma put someone in a rocket ship and then blast them to space. And then I was like, okay, that's a weird cold opening. What does that have to do with anything? Because who even is this character?
Oh, I don't remember.
Wasn't it the rocket ship that we found in the basement in the trash heap?
Oh yeah, shit, there was a rocket thingy there. Yeah. Whereas what it was.
On this matter, I hope you are forever alone. Unfortunately, she isn't, because there's huge YouTube channels for this stuff, there's TV shows for this. To each their own, but I will happily pass on that.
Yeah, I know you do. Unfortunately.
Groundhog, have you jogged our memory correctly? The problem is, I don't recall whatsoever what the person who got put into the rocket ship looked like.
I seriously don't even recall the intro. I'm guessing it was
I
the
think it was
Headmaster.
a man.
Well, then it was probably the Headmaster.
I guess.
So the Headmaster got killed off?
In my defense, it was 6 weeks ago.
I think if we played this in the time you would usually play it, we probably would have remembered.
Yeah, like if it happened yesterday, I might recall. Remember what happened to him when the rocket ship returned? No.
No. I barely even remember the rocket ship.
Didn't he like burn or something? I don't know.
I have no clue.
I do. I'm not shocked that you remember those details, DK.
Do you like the macabre topics or do you remember what happened to the rocket ship? Because I think it's probably a yes to both.
I'll look it up for you.
But oh wait, you already have spoilers.
Yes. DK has been spoiled. Hey,
Okay.
Kyoko. He was Bones. Oh.
Okay, so it definitely is the Headmaster then, probably.
Okay, so they did really foreshadow this for a long time.
Oh, what did you say? Or what did you say that made her react like this?
Hey, Kyoko.
Oh.
Check this vid from the timestamp. I'm gonna click on that.
The ultimate despair is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even with a head wound.
I remember that. Seeing it, I remember it.
Yeah.
That is the space thing that's in the basement. Has it been another hour yet? No, not yet. Like 20 more minutes, I think.
Time is a construct, yes.
Why would you?
Oh, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. And yet... to now find something like this? So what do you expect me to do now?
Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the Headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me.
When she could actually smile. Yep. Also,
That's so
thanks DK
cute.
for my video. Yeah, I guess it really is him.
That's the whole reason I came here.
Small Kyoko is so cute. Yeah, she looked happy there.
Yeah. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on.
Well, he has been killed. I don't think it's something he chose, but I understand
It's
the
the
anger. I guess.
anger. Has there ever been a worse father?
Kyoko.
I guess the desk and stuff.
First, the drawer. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look. But I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff.
Hey,
It's fine. Check whatever you want.
Are you sure?
I'm sorry, but kind of all of our lives are on the line here. We're checking this stuff.
Right after going to the girls' bathrooms to check. Oh, okay then. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top. But all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
well,
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
no.
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure.
Did he though?
Imagine following your own path, though.
She doesn't know any better. Or she doesn't know anything else. Whether it's better is up to her to decide, but...
I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. Now check the other one.
The Headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but...
There we go again.
I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Now I'm gonna say go ahead. Yeah, I already said it.
That's a different line.
Yeah, worry about me, feel free to look around.
Are you sure?
Yes. Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't.
Oh, okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Huh? Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? It has a label on it that says, in case of emergency.
I think this is an emergency.
Let me guess, this is an e-handbook that allows me to open all the lockers we just went to earlier, which, if I had come here first, I could have opened. So we get to check them all again.
It probably works on everything, I would say.
Fun. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words,
A handbook with no limitations, giving to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster.
The ultimate handbook.
I'm assuming that's what it is.
I think you're probably right.
One way to find out. It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it?
Huh? But Kyoko...
I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here.
Then
Don't let anything get in the way of the investigation. Yeah, just leave this ultimate handbook here.
I'm being a completely rational person. I'm telling you the most irrational things. High schoolers. I remember Groundhog. High schoolers. What are you doing?
There's a spider there. Remind me to throw that one out later.
Yes. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay?
hey,
Listen, Makoto.
Huh?
Can I ask you a favor?
Spider friend! Yay!
Yay! I call him Bob.
Catching all the bugs! Yay! All I remember about high school is being short. Oh, you being short, okay. Not high school being short. So not much has changed.
Throw it out. The fuck is wrong with you? Of course you throw it out.
I agree.
There is only one thing that I kill, and that's mosquitoes. Everything else is fine.
And then I stop her from killing the mosquitoes. I actually catch them and bring them outside. Smash
Spiders
it
do
with
no
fire.
harm. And it's super tiny.
That's what she said. Oh, wait. A favor? What is it?
so
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask this of you. And I know it will only inconvenience you that much more, but
hey,
could you leave?
Huh?
correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit.
Kyoko.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. I need to get my emotions in order.
You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But
Maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily.
you're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Ranger, much success. Mosquitoes are fine, I have sickle cell traits, I'm immune to malaria. They're just annoying as fuck.
I don't even care about the malaria. They are annoying. They always get me. They ignore Jack, and then I have like 20 fucking stings and he has like 1.
Because you have blood type O positive.
So?
She is
Yeah, it
basically
is a
an all you
mosquito.
can eat for mosquitoes. I have some trash blood type, and she is...
I am super rare.
Was it the second most rare blood type you have? Something like that?
It's the rarest blood type.
No, second. O negative is the rarest one.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
You're O positive.
I'm positive.
That's also why she's donating blood, because they really need her to.
Snack.
Mosquitoes look at Tifa. Snack. I thought AB was first. No. It is
It's
0.
not necessarily the rarest, but O negative is
can
the
give to
most
anyone.
wanted because it goes with all blood types.
Yeah. O negative is one you can give to everyone, and she has O positive. So. Like Skinner. Look.
I knew we had so much in common.
Nice.
It's the blood type. Is it weird that I don't know my blood type? I never knew my blood type too, but like every year at our work you can donate blood. So I once signed up and then you get like stuff back about your blood type and what's with it and stuff like that. You've!
Hello.
Another egg! Thank you so much for dropping by.
She was the one hanging out in your stream earlier. I was busy working, unfortunately, so I didn't get to see you live, but Tifa showed me some of the stuff you did. It looked really, really cute.
Yeah, after
Hi,
work
Bible.
I just had to show him your VOD and let him check out all of your egg art because it is amazing and I loved it. It
Yes.
was absolutely great.
I agree, 100%.
so many eggs.
Yes, there can never be too many.
Exactly, it's the best letter after all.
I've literally never had mosquito indoors.
What? Don't
Okay.
you live in Texas? Doesn't that heat like kind of invite bugs?
It's dry heat.
Yeah, I guess.
It's not humid.
So I guess we moved to Texas. I hate
No, we don't.
mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are the worst.
I only get 3 mosquitoes max a year in my room, which die the same night they enter the room.
I fully agree.
They told me to stop donating blood, but didn't say why. They was just like, go see a doctor. Turns out my iron was a little low. Why couldn't they just tell you that? Also, Groundhog, I only
Oh, that
know
is
my
weird.
blood type because I had to have a blood analysis done a few years ago because I wasn't feeling well. Otherwise, I wouldn't know either.
Also, Skinner, here you wouldn't even be allowed to give blood because in Germany, UK people are not allowed to donate blood if
Really?
you are born within a certain age. Yeah, it had to do with some kind of disease UK people apparently had.
Mad cow disease.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
Like a colleague of mine is from the UK and he wanted to give blood as well, but he's legally not allowed to because he's
Brexit.
British.
Brexit.
No,
Been
if
giving
you
blood for 2
are
years.
if you are born within a certain time or before a certain year, you are not allowed to give blood.
Look at all of these amazing blood type people in our chat. DK, O positive. Youth, O negative.
Nice.
Nice.
Hey, O negative is the best blood type.
I can live all of your blood. I have like A, B positive or some. I've got a really trashy one.
No, but your art was amazing. It was adorable, and I absolutely loved it. I had a lot of fun hanging with you today.
Won't be able to give blood in Germany either because I'm from the UK. No. I'm A positive. I think I was A, B something. I forgot.
Yeah, I haven't given blood in like 2 years though. 3 years? I don't even remember. Before lockdown.
No, Skinner, that is my job here. A positive. Texas is a fuckload of mosquitoes. They don't give a damn about dry, humid heat. Texas has basically every climate in it. It's huge. Yes, sir. That was a running joke. To be honest, people have been calling me that regardless of my blood type for years, but almost 40% of the Dutch population is O positive. What the fuck?
Oh, that's a lot. Nice.
And here 40 were special.
I have nothing to be special for.
No. Oh, trust me, you are special for plenty of reasons,
Maybe not the reason.
which we can all attest to.
Didn't it snow recently? Yeah, in Texas the snow hit. How long ago was that, Ranger? Like 2-3 weeks ago now?
Early March?
I have no clue
Was
anymore.
it February or was it early March? End of February, no? End of February, early March? I think it was between our birthdays. Government conspiracy. I don't think they can control the weather, but...
Yeah, but you have a lot of aluminium head people.
Yeah, I think some of them ate their aluminium heads. It is important though, we can give to almost all others, but can only receive from those with the same blood type. Yes.
Yeah.
DK and Skinner, I hope you never get into... Or all of you people with...
No, only Skinner and DK.
all of you people that have a very rare blood type, I hope you never need a blood transfusion, because there's a chance you might get some from Tifa, and I will not be held responsible for the side effects of that. Godspeed.
The worst thing is, by the way, though, when we were giving blood at work, you also had to fill in this form. And you had to write down if you were homosexual or not.
I can tell you why.
Because there are people that refuse to get blood from homosexuals. And I think the fact that you can actually go like, oh, I'm half dying, but I don't want the blood of a lesbian, is absolutely horrible.
Yes, that is one of the shameful parts of German history. Same-sex marriages were not a thing until, I believe, 2014.
I think actually, yeah, that could be. It's been a...
Legal marriages. Before that, we had legal partnerships, which have been a thing for a while, but legal marriages have not been around for that long. And I honestly think that
is quite disgusting.
Really fucking dumb. No, you put the water
sorry,
there.
It fits so perfectly in the cable.
And I'm gonna make that glass fit in your face if you don't stop. Deny those people blood transfusions. I understand why people would say that, yeah. I mean, I don't understand why people would go, no, I don't want blood from a homosexual person, because honestly, no.
Yeah, but I actually looked into that after, and there are people that honestly believe that if they would get the blood from someone like that, they would turn gay themselves.
Yes.
And I think that's just mind-blowing.
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
Now that I think about it, I should have said I was gay just so that those people would not get my blood.
Imagine dying of bigotry. That actually happens every fucking day. Jehovah's Witnesses have a rule where they cannot accept blood transfusions at all. There was a case over here in Germany where a young mother died giving birth because she was bleeding out. And the doctors were pleading with her family to just give her a fucking blood transfusion. It wasn't severe that they couldn't help her. They could have. All it would have taken was blood transfusions, which they had on hand. The family, and she eventually lost consciousness because of a blood loss. The family refused to let her get a blood transfusion.
Yeah. Also, youth, I hope I'm saying that correctly. By the way, I've been wondering on how to pronounce it. I'm sorry you came at one of our super random moments.
Yeah, usually we play video games.
A gay person is trying to save my life. How can this be? It's amazing.
That is literally insane. I agree. I mean, I'm all for religious beliefs and whatnot. You can believe whatever you want to. That's perfectly fine. But if it is about letting other people die or inflicting harm on others, that's where I draw the line. Like, I don't see why you have to let someone die when it could be so easily be avoided. But maybe that's just me.
That is very true.
Prince was a Jehovah's Witness. I did not know that.
Chilling after gardening. How are all of the plants doing?
Are they flowers and stuff to look nice, or is it like fruit and vegetables? What kind of gardening?
Like herbs and stuff.
Ooh, nice.
Like more than we could ever grow because it would all die.
We can't grow anything. The moment we touch a plant, it just wilts.
How did we even get to blood transfusions, by the way?
We somehow started talking about mosquitoes when we came to blood. I brought up your blood type and we talked about blood types. And
oh yeah, that's how it started.
I believe it was DK bring up blood transfusions, because especially people with rare blood types should, because when other
I just had to trace the moment.
Just follow the flow. I just go with a moment.
Yeah, following the flow is perfectly fine.
Yes, 100% agree.
So, once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. Look at us regaining control of the game. So please, just give me some time to myself.
Oh, okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later.
Just have a button ready. We do have a button ready.
I need to actually click two things, but yeah. I could automate this, but then I would have to reach all the way over here for like a shortcut.
We now have the buttons ready for our bean screen.
It's not a bean screen, it's a despair screen.
For our despair, yeah, but bean screen sounds much more awesome. The just chatting one, and I'm guessing the ending one. Get all the buttons.
Begin of a stream, ending of a stream, and yes, we have a special one for if people make us eat beans. Yes, we do.
Thanks to your suggestion.
Get a red big button to make that shortcut. Actually, we do have a big red button. It's on software.
Yeah, but that's for the end stream one.
That's to end the stream.
Yeah. Preparing the soil at the front for planting flowers. Had to do a lot of de-weeding. Vegetables are in the back garden though. I love that you have green fingers. Like, we don't even have a single live plant
a green
in this.
thumb.
Oh, it's green fingers.
No one but you knows what you mean when you say green fingers.
I think it's awesome that you have a green thumb, because we don't have a single live plant in here. Everything we touch dies. Like, within a week max.
That's true.
We're not very good at plants. Gonna go get ready. Love you guys. Hope the rest of your stream is great. I hope your stream is gonna be amazing, Fody. Have lots of fun. We will probably see you later. Love you and love Beth as well. Have an awesome stream.
She stole all my words. What she said. You mean only Dutchies know what she means? Yes.
Oh, no. See? She got what I was trying to say.
I think people use green thumb, but I grew up knowing both.
See?
Yeah, but you cannot bank on people just somehow understanding the nonsense you say sometimes.
So why is it green thumb? Like, you don't just use your thumbs. You use all of your fingers. So green fingers makes a whole lot more sense.
Maybe that's why our plants die and theirs don't, because they only use their thumbs. I feel invigorated.
You question that, but not fucking monkeys up your sleeves? Yeah, but the monkeys make sense.
No. No, they don't.
Yes, it does. Can I get the monkey one, by the way?
Probably not, because we still didn't number them. Nope, washing the piglet.
Close.
It's 9 p.m. here, so I'ma have a great sleep.
Thank you so much for dropping by. Have an awesome night. Hope you sleep well, and I hope to catch you soon again.
Yes, thank you for dropping by.
Have a great evening.
If you know the history of it, it does. No, not yet.
Sorry, I thought you were going already.
I'm not gonna go to sleep now.
I don't want to go to bed yet.
Imagine telling your viewers, stop watching, go to sleep right now.
Sometimes necessary.
Great, Tifa. Just great.
Trying to get rid of people.
Hey, thanks for dropping by. Why don't you leave now?
Yeah, pull the
rigs.
Don't you have anyone else to watch?
It's okay, I realized what it sounded like when you read it. No, that's on her. I read it the way you meant it.
I bet you didn't.
I did.
You were even saying like, oh, what she said.
Yeah, to be nice.
Sure thing. Go finish the investigation or something.
Is she really okay?
Let's aim to get to the start of the trial. Because then on Friday we can hopefully... Oh no, Friday we're not streaming it.
If we stream on Friday.
Yeah, we're not doing it on Friday.
If we stream on Friday, we would first, depending on when we would start, we would first play something else, and then when Evie is able to watch, we would continue. If we were able to stream on Friday.
If we are gonna stream. Yeah, okay.
It's been an hour. An hour for what? I'm
What? I want to
confused.
see Baby play Fruit Ninja.
I want to see Baby one day play Fruit Ninja VR.
I've won 4 out of 89 Dead Cell runs.
To me, that is impressive because I honestly would probably never beat a single run because the game can be really difficult.
How much progress has been made in the past 3 hours?
Little.
10 minutes?
Little.
I would at least say half an hour.
No, Skinner. Yeah, somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes of actual in-game time, I would think. As in play time.
Yeah, we were a bit distracted today.
Distracted has a negative connotation. We were not distracted. We were having fun with chat.
Ranger, I am so dead already. Okay, there we go. Oh, I feel it already.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I expect 2 apps tomorrow.
10,
Otherwise, I want a refund.
11, 12, 13,
10. Oh my
14,
god. I actually managed.
15.
For some reason, the other round was harder. So
Yeah.
I pressed the second button, right? Before you
Ow.
complain.
Hiccups.
So I do, actually, you know what, you do it. Do you have body mics?
Yes.
We have clip-ons.
Yes, they're clip-ons. Yeah, we have some amazing
get it
people
back.
in here that keep hitting us with exercise redeems. We put them in there because we know we need exercise, but if no one makes us and we don't have the pressure of having to do them, then yeah, we're not gonna do them. So you can help us get fit.
So pro, to be honest, it was the only solution we had. We tried having a stand microphone, but it doesn't work with us.
Yes, because we talk at very different volumes. She basically whispers.
The average playtime of the main story is 25 hours. We spent 72.
72. To be honest though, out of these 72 hours, at least 1 hour was spent talking about office furniture.
Sorry. I didn't think we would talk an hour about furniture.
I see, that's smart, yes. Plus, we refund all points for channel point redeems, so people can just throw whatever they want. The only one we don't redeem is the most expensive one.
Yeah.
Well, what does this button do? Where were we? There. Kyoko. Must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the Headmaster? There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the Headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The Headmaster is dead. No, leave your cable alone. Thank you.
Fine. Okay. Mastermind. Man in his late 30s. Somewhere in the school. Well, she was right about that.
It's an AI.
It was right about that.
But we were wrong about that. The Headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is...
What did you guys call your AI actually?
What do you mean?
Well, didn't you give it a name?
It had several through its development, yes. None of which I can mention on stream.
No, fair enough.
NDAs and such, you know. Now I'm stealing your water.
Wow. Okay, we already saw this like
Flashback
20
again.
times.
15 of us met in the main hall. In the mail hall?
Yeah, it's where the poster is.
They, considering they're sentient and they don't have a gender classification pronounced.
Yeah, but in this case, it's not a person, it's an item. So it's for an AI.
I see what you
works, I
mean.
think.
Yes, true. In English, you would rather say they. I was thinking German, in which case you would use the German form of it.
Even in English, you would not go with
Your
they.
cable alone.
But I'm not sure about that now. And yes, it is the mail hall. You even have like this little posting, remember?
15 of us met in the mail hall. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Except there were 7 of the slots still open, and I don't think that's a coincidence. Even Mukuro.
Could just be
Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. And Mukuro. Spoilers. At least I think. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be.
I think we are done here now.
It's the question whether or not you accept that AI is sentient, thus a person, or mere code, just an object. Yeah,
That is true.
I get your point.
Try to leave. If we're not done yet, it's gonna say so.
True.
Go to the locker thingies. It's this one.
Yeah. Who would draw a giraffe on the locker?
It's very cute.
I agree. So, let's start with this one.
And this is all still the same as earlier. Wait. Oh,
Wait, but
there we go.
what about that emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try.
Really couldn't have just gone. Oh, let me use this.
I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader and...
Beep.
Beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now, let's see what we've got inside. This locker is totally disorganized.
This
Whoever-
looks like it could be
Heroes.
Heroes locker.
Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. Oh god.
Also, does that mean they were technically already a part of the school? They do all have memory loss from what we know.
This is a crystal ball. Huh? A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible.
Also, I love how everything is blown to smithereens, but everything in the locker is still standing perfectly straight, instead of having fallen over or anything.
Let's find out. There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuffed this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible. I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated.
There we go.
What makes sense actually, remember the pictures? Yes.
Yep.
I'm assuming those were taken at Hope's Peak Academy. As in, back then. What? There was no denying what I saw. It said the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. And we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Anything else?
He has to be a time traveler.
Yes, it was ghosts. It has to be it. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, the tarot cards. But wait, aren't those used to telling fortunes?
Take them along. Maybe they can tell if we're gonna get the trial.
Just a coincidence, right? So, let me get.
we have
Wait,
to go through all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just like how many students there are left.
Yeah, I know.
6
Take the next
plus the mastermind.
one. Are we seriously gonna go through this entire conversation? Just keep clicking.
Say beep.
Beep.
Beautiful.
Dup, 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 dup.
I don't see anything that might be a clue. Ah, thankfully I don't have to go through all of them.
Okay, beep. And oh.
This thing is practically empty.
Also, I like how we now automatically opened the other one. Oh no, wait, it's a broken
No,
one.
that one was broken.
Yeah.
There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. Don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting. And all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have really been meticulous. I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. Saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Just so happens to be the headmaster and my father.
Oh, it's Kyoko's.
He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as a foundation for a new era.
That sounds a bit fucked up.
This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. Can't imagine a worse father.
So Kyoko basically forgot that she had contact with her father already.
It's not just that Kyoko lost her memories, we all did.
of them did.
So the ultimate world involves hero, we're doomed.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
still unsure why they picked an ultimate lucky student. Yes, for the game and the story, but...
Because 71 hours in, we're still breathing.
Yeah, but if like this is the plan and they want to have to spare, like why did they get us?
Because we can. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was. I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little.
Well, take it along.
I decided to talk to one who came up with a plan directly. Yeah, we've just done this. Did someone say hope?
What's
You're
hope?
tearing me apart, Kyoko!
Despair.
Because you were lucky. Yes. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. Must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense?
There's a second despair?
Despair walks among us and so we survive. There's a second despair. Yes.
That actually could...
Junko.
Yeah, but then our theory is actually not as bad as we thought. So Junko and Mukuro were probably in it together. Junko somehow did something to piss Mukuro off and she decided to kill Junko.
Yeah, but actually, not...
Yeah, Junko is actually dead. Like, I have no doubt about that. You can't fake those spikes.
Okay.
And then to get Mukuro's suspicion out of it, she faked her own death and got Junko's body to act as hers.
I'm really wondering if we're gonna find out that Mukuro is the one doing all of this. Is she gonna be the one that's also behind the other Danganronpa games? Or are they really gonna go with this like, oh, it's an organization like Fenrir?
It's gonna depend on the ending.
But the more I see, the less it makes sense. Or less sense it makes. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in these lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro. And a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko.
I can see how this is confusing.
There has to be some kind of explanation, but if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward.
Never seen her so excited for Fruit Ninja. That's a great game.
Nice. We've played quite a lot of Fruit Ninja too. When we first got an iPad. Yeah.
We have one of the McDonald's here has like this table that has Fruit Ninja projected on it. It's pretty cool as well. So you can also like swipe the table and stuff.
Yeah, me being a germaphobe.
Yeah, Jack doesn't. But
Idea is cool,
but we have played a lot of Fruit Ninja ourselves, yeah.
Mokuri Kusaba. Thank you, Groundhog. How's your cat doing now?
Watch out for her.
Have you been able to brush her by now? And I have to believe in everyone. I added a video to Discord because, wow, she's having a blast.
I am so gonna check that out later.
Beep. Nope, don't see anything that could be a clue. Thank you.
Beep. And nope.
Nothing.
Guessing those are empty.
Okay. Broken. Yes, we got it.
DK here, he disinfects his phone every day.
And Jack, think about the fact that the screen of your smartphone is dirtier than a public toilet. Joke's on you, I regularly disinfect my phone. So unlikely. We made it to the trial.
Ding dong, bing bong.
This is a school announcement.
Not gonna lie, I left her to use the bathroom. She's in a comfy spot in my parents' room now. Nice.
That is most important. Comfy spot is best spot.
Is everyone working hard?
Is your investigation coming along nicely?
Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint.
Nice.
For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
What? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious, there's no doubt about that. This could be a trap, but even knowing that... He said to go to the gym, right? Getting black fur all over a white blanket. But then again, it's an adorable cat, so it's fine.
Yeah. Comes
How
with the cat
about
life.
we call it a night here?
No. I want to see what's in the gym first. Then we can call it a night.
Oh, hey, Hero.
Joke's on you. I don't use public toilets.
All that. Whoa, Makoto? Why'd you act so surprised? No reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? Tifa doesn't understand the idea of a cliffhanger.
I don't want a cliffhanger.
Correct.
Like before we may get to play again, it could be next week.
Again, Tifa doesn't understand the idea of a cliffhanger. Zen life, with ASMR, we do ASMR of what you write, so saying positive things to me.
Saying positive things to me. However, I'm very happy to see you again. How have you been?
What she said, I thought it first, but she said it before me. They will literally say that phrase. Yes. Yes, we do. So,
Would you really want to end it on a cliffhanger?
yes, I did.
What?
But now we started talking to heroes, so you ruined that.
Well,
You have absolutely
Just
no
pulled out.
dramatic timing.
yeah,
None.
but
Come.
can you seriously wait like almost a week, worst case, to
Yes.
find out what's in that gym?
Yes, I can. That's the point of a cliffhanger.
Oh my god.
You figured it out. Congratulations.
How about we just have a peek into the gym then? This is horrible. I don't want a weak cliffhanger.
One. There's something really uncomfortable.
You mean the sit-ups?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That last one was hard. Keep trying. Keep trying.
11, 12, 13.
Yeah, we could always stop after talking to
14.
him, but seriously? Cliffhanger.
14.
Hanging from a cliff, and that's why
15.
cliffhanger. Don't
need
know if
to
you heard
invest
it, because it could
in
be
a
that
yoga
Jack
mat.
spoke straight through that. If so, let me know and I'm willing to do it again. It keeps you excited and makes people want more.
So I stop after talking to him. That's my plan if Tifa finally understands the purpose of a cliffhanger.
But aren't we the best cliffhanger?
It keeps you excited for the continuation of it and makes people want more. Hence why good cliffhangers usually give great viewer counts. Tifa. Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff, and that's why he's called Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger hängt von einem Cliff und darum wird er Cliffhanger genannt. The German translation is really boring.
What,
because
cliffhanger is cliffhanger in German?
Yeah, an einem Cliff hängen, to hang off of a cliff.
I don't know what cliffhanger is in Dutch.
Hangen. No, same word. Literally.
Fuck, I have no clue. What's cliffhanger? Cliffhanger. Oh.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
knew
it
that.
seriously is cliffhanger.
I knew that, and I'm not the Dutch person here, so
Yeah, but it sounded weird in Dutch. Cliffhanger. Hangend aan een cliff. En dat is waarom hij cliffhanger heet.
beautiful.
No. All the German I know.
Nee.
That's not true. You also know Ziegenball.
That is true. I just did actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What did he say?
Oh, it's not a public announcement.
Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hero, wait. There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero? It was just like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time? And that's where I'm going to end the game now, because Tifa doesn't understand cliffhangers, and I am making the executive decision to overrule her opinion as invalid.
Fine.
Always double save, kids. Always
Cliffhanger.
double save. Always.
Just for you. who likes cliffhangers? Wanna know what happens? Wanna know if I'm right?
Nobody loves cliffhangers, that's why you do them.
Fine, fine.
Thank you, youth. Thank you for also understanding the purpose of a cliffhanger. Maybe all of us can get together one day and explain it to Tofu over here.
What's wrong with wanting to know what happens?
Yeah, I also want to know what happens. I want to beat the whole game, but I need to work tomorrow and I need to get up in like 8 hours. So it's not always what you want, but what you need. Yes, it's true.
That's why I'm not even watching it yet, Skidder. To save myself from these cliffhangers.
Yes. The point of a cliffhanger is to be a huge ass. Truth being told, I'm not ending the game here now because I want to be a dick and I want it to be a cliffhanger. I am praying that we'll have the energy to stream on Friday. Don't worry, like I said, we won't start Danganronpa before you're back, Evie.
Even if we would start our stream playing Danganronpa, by the time we actually start...
We will make sure that you don't miss any gameplay as long as that is within our power. We said like that. No, but it is roughly my bedtime. Tomorrow is the 1st of a month. And
Last day before 4 days off.
the 1st of a month is the busiest day of a month for me with my new job. So I need all the sleep I can get. Because tomorrow is also the last week of a day, of a week. The last week of a day.
Wow.
The last day of a week, so I have exactly one work day to sort out all the shit I need to do tomorrow. And I don't want to leave it at the next scene.
You know what I'm gonna do tomorrow?
Tell me.
Finish early.
Good on you. I won't be able to.
Well, I'm
that is
going
fine.
to.
Tifa, by the time you catch up, episode 76 will be here. That is not true. Tifa will get through 75 episodes in 1 week.
Yeah.
She will not
Besides,
do
I
anything
know
but
season
sleep
1...
and watch.
I've watched season 1 and 2 plenty of times, so I don't even really need to rewatch that.
Oh, look at her being too good for a rewatch. Wow.
Oh, but
So I ruined
still
my hair.
remember.
No.
Well, technically we should for you, because you haven't watched anything but season 1.
Since my hair is completely busted, let's make it worse. Get good,
And so
scrub.
then we
I'll
could-
finish 75 episodes in a day. Yeah, I just put like 2 laptops, all the additional screens we have in one room. So she can watch like 5 or 6 episodes at once. Get through it in like 5 hours. Beautiful idea.
By the way, besides Sunday, we could, if you want, also watch something on Monday. We could, and whatever works. Or are we meeting your family on Monday too?
No,
only
only
Friday,
Friday.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Only Friday.
So just let us know if you're up for watching something, because we will be potato sacks again.
Evie, do you have any idea when you should be back home on Friday? Because I know you said
Appointment
you
was at 1:30, which is 7:30 for us.
No, 3:30.
3:30. Oh, I thought it said 13:30.
It was 3:30, right? I think you wrote 15:30.
I thought 13. Can play Struggle. No? No Struggle?
You're struggling every time I put on this thing. I turn on this thing.
Skinner, thank you so much for hanging. Have an awesome stream and a great evening.
What she said. Yeah,
Oh, 3:30, okay.
thank you very much. Maybe 4:30, depending on how smooth this is. Yeah, that should be perfectly doable. Like I said, please assume Friday no stream. If there will be one, we'll post something on Discord. And then we will not start Danganronpa until we know that you are there to watch.
Yeah.
And don't worry, you have dropped subtle, not so subtle hints that the last class trial is gonna take forever. So we will not marathon it unless we know we can do a really long stream that night. Which we could, since we don't have to go back to work
Not
until Tuesday.
after your
depending on how we feel.
We can consider finishing it on Sunday. I think that's a better alternative.
Maybe.
Also, if I still love that emote. They are absolutely adorable.
Yes, your emotes are adorable. Thank you. No, thank you, Evie.
Alright, who are we going to rate today?
Yes, let's go rate someone.
Or if you guys have any suggestions, let us know.
Sunday, Borderlands 3 with Fody.
You were gonna play on Sunday with them as well, I think.
Yes, and I'm planning to join if you still have an open spot. 4 people can play together, no?
Or was it Saturday that you said?
It depends on when Fody, Evie and Sauce can do it.
Fair.
I can join Saturday and I can join Sunday this week. Starting next week I could join both days, but on Sundays I normally wouldn't be able to play that long since I have to go to work on Monday.
X people unite!
Yeah, my favorite letter is unity.
Yes! X are great. The best head ever, let's go visit. I haven't actually seen one of his streams. Actually, yes, I have seen like a few minutes, but I wasn't able to hang.
The best head ever is currently playing The Walking Dead: A New Frontier. It looks like he isn't playing, but doing stuff on Twitch.
Oh, so like we always do.
No, he is watching, or he has a browser open. Let's find out what he's doing. Let's say hi.
Let's go visit the best head.
So, the best head ever. Let me be smart once again and actually open the stream before we go there, so that we can be prepared.
Yes, imagine being prepared.
Didn't have a stream prepared when we started, but we are...
That content is unavailable.
No, because I made a typo. But we're gonna be prepared when we rate at least.
Now we got it.
Ciao! Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. We are going to start the raid in a moment.
Yes.
Like I said, probably no stream on Friday. If there will be one announcement on Discord, we will let you know, depending on how we feel. And should we not see you on Friday, we will see you all on Saturday with some Mario Kart. Assuming our capture card will still want to work well. Are you ready to say goodbye, Tifa?
I am. Thank you guys so much. Have an awesome evening.
Stop
Thanks
dancing.
for hanging, and we will see you soon.
Thank you so much. What she said. Bye.
Thank you.